Hello, hello, hello. KingdomAce jump scare. Leave notifications went out because I saw those for myself. Yo. Yo. You guys ready for a no face cam stream? Woo, yeah. No face cam stream. Woo. Yeah. I was eating a sandwich. Well, was is a strong word. More like am. Kind of hit. Yeah, technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. Streaming program was crashing for no reason. I knew something was wrong when I switched scenes and I couldn't change the music, and I was like, oh. Also, right before I went live, something happened that majorly killed my vibe, and I almost canceled the whole stream. Well, I wouldn't have canceled it. I would have just delayed it. But I tried to think ahead of time, and realistically, if I did that, then it might have had the opposite effect. What's up, GJ Van? Folks, what's up? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Like I said, my vibe was only slightly killed, but I think I'm okay for the most part. Also, don't worry guys, I know I wore this shirt last stream, but I did laundry. I promise. What's important, are you 35? I am not 35. I am 26. Important question. What kind of sandwich is that? It is a that steak sandwich one from Subway. Steak and other stuff. Mine's just ham, but it's okay. You know what? Ham is better than chicken. So I know my ancestors may be frowning upon me for saying that, but I'm not afraid. They don't scare me. Remember that time we picked cotton in Skyrim during Black History Month? They were also frowning upon me for that. But again, I don't fear them. They fear me. I don't know if somebody already said it. Sorry if yes, but you should read the description of the Garage Did Nothing Wrong video because it gets some pretty crucial additional context. Somebody did tell me that. I haven't gone and done it yet, but maybe we'll do that this time. I feel like the best way for me to get into lore right now is to stop reacting to all these cutscenes, you know, that I don't have the gameplay context for. I should play the game for one, and look at lore videos. Sniper is a good job. Is that a fake Nightbot? OG, this is my first time making it to a stream. I binged all your WoW videos. I'm loving your reactions. Thanks, Lulu. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're part of the reason why I'm able to do this. Remember that time? It was like 2 days ago. Look, feed the details, we really don't need them. Nobody cares, you know? The important thing is that I've overcome the fear of my ancestors. Enemy combatants detected. Every time I hear that, I always think of freaking Jinxie. Finally caught you live. YouTube algorithm blessing me with your content a week ago. Hello. Hey, thanks so much. And YouTube algorithm has hooked you up and put you in my comment section. For that, I am grateful. Thank you. My cat almost, whoa, just committed suicide with an empty mini Doritos bag stuck over his head. That is crazy. Well, I'm glad. I hope things are starting to calm down and that he's doing okay. I've been playing WoW on and off for years and I still don't know half the lore. I just keep on jumping all over the place. I'm just as lost. I feel that static. Hi, I don't know anything about WoW. It's okay, Darnell. The fact that you're here, I appreciate it regardless. I'm a long-time WoW guy. I honestly feel like I'm reliving learning about WoW with you. Hey, Mizzy, that's really nice of you to say. I'm glad we're able to get through this together. Because realistically, it is not simple. I'm going to save that. Don't mind me eating Subway, by the way. That joint is kind of fire right now. Is my phone on ring? No, I'll vibrate. We're good. We're good. Please. Finally caught you live. Let's go. Warcraft lore is my bread and butter. I can't wait for you to experience it. Thanks, CK. I appreciate that. I've been having a lot of fun reacting to WoW stuff. You know, I know for some people it does. I didn't just take a month-long break, and for them, you know, they just found me the other day, and now I'm uploading more WoW. So to them, they didn't have to wait. For others, I had been a while. Also, sorry if I sound kind of weird. My voice sounds kind of odd. I woke up sounding super, I don't know what the right word is, but you know, when your voice sounds all, you know that? Yeah, that's what it's been like all day. It honestly sounds better than it did before, but I don't know. I had a thing of hot chocolate. I started feeling better. Then I had a cup of coffee and I started feeling even better. So maybe my insides were cold. That was me. I found you maybe a week ago. Watched all your reactions since. Hey, thanks so much. WoW lore is about as complicated as Lord of the Rings lore, which I also don't know about. I've been playing since WoW released in 2004. I know the lore pretty well, but even can't see the other one. But even I've learned a few new things from your videos. I don't know how that's possible, but thank you. I don't have hot chocolate, but I got chocolate milk. It's a thought that counts, you know? I see my friends in a Discord server I'm in having a intense debate about Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, I'm going to do this. Let me give a little context for how today's stream is going to be, because I haven't actually done a stream like this before. Well, I guess I technically might have done something similar in my 20K special a couple months ago. During this past summer, we did a 12-hour stream and we reacted and played games and stuff. And during that, I basically made it to where I'm going to prioritize videos put in my reaction suggestions channel. I'm only reacting to WoW stuff, mostly just because this is going to end up being one big video of reacting to like 3 or 4 WoW lore videos. You know, I'll try to make it consistent, but because this is the first time, it does depend on how long the lore video is, you know, because I know a lot of you want me to watch Platinum WoW. You know, a lot of you guys want me to watch Novel. There's a lot of ones you guys want me to watch, but I also don't know how long any of their videos are. But if any of them are really on the long side, then I should probably keep it to like 2. Like if one's a 30-minute video, the video should probably stay within the hour and a half range. It should be over an hour. I am looking to do over an hour, mostly just because if I make videos that are under an hour, the YouTube algorithm just thinks something is wrong. That's why if you look at like most of the videos that are under an hour, they either take a long time to grow, have less interactions, less impressions, you know, that's just how it is. I'm honestly like surprised this last past video did as well as it did, you know, but still in 24 hours, I think it's just mostly because my channel, the YouTube algorithm is used to my channel having a certain amount of watch time on every video, you know. I think on average people watch about like 30 minutes of the videos each, you know, and that's actually really good. That's probably what makes the YouTube algorithm push it so hard, you know. But also at the same time, because they're so long, it doesn't need to have as many views on it. So that's why I'm not too up in arms about that kind of thing. But when I see the average view duration is way lower, I mean, which it makes sense, you know, my newest video is a short video. You know, it's a short video, so it can't have a 30-minute watch time because the video is not 30 minutes, you know. And when YouTube sees that, to them, they're just like, oh, well, people don't care for this video as much, let's not share this one as much. When he uploads another hour-plus long video, that we can do that, you know. So that's usually how that works. So that's why I tried to avoid uploading the kind of videos like I just did. Realistically, that video I just uploaded with Garrosh Did Nothing Wrong, that should have been one of the videos in today's video that I'm going to record, where we'll react to some Platinum WoW, you know, some other stuff, etc. But yeah, back to on topic. People will be able to, I don't even know if you're able to send links in the chat, mostly just because there used to be a lot of stuff in that. And even in some of these WoW streams, we've had trolls try to come in. So it's probably just better to overall just take suggestions through Discord. I have a reaction suggestion channel in the Discord. So I would highly recommend you guys, if you want to participate in hopefully getting your suggestion picked, I would highly recommend you join the Discord server. That way you could just go into the reaction suggestion and paste the link of whatever you want me to react. I'd rather not go and change the moderation settings of the chat, you know, to allow more stuff. We already had some crap like that recently, and I just had to change it to make it slightly more strict, but I don't think it allows links. So, have you played Persona 3 Reload? Yes, I'm currently like 30 hours in or so. I did do a short stream of it the other day. I was questioning the Warlords expansion to get a mount that my mom, who's been playing since Classic launch, doesn't have. Feels good. Dang. Must be nice to have your parents playing games. My parents were around when games first started coming out, basically, and they don't have the same idea of what games are. It's definitely come a long way, but it's very different. It's a slight old head mentality. No disrespect to them. That's just how people from back then think. I'm glad you like WoW. Wait until you get to Legion cinematics. Those are absolute bangers. Also, Legion is one of the best expansions ever. Didn't I just react to Legion ones? I swear that's what the newest video had. I swear, well, not the Garrosh Did Nothing Wrong, but the one before that. I swear that one had it, didn't it? I swear there was we saw Illidan and stuff, and we saw more of like his history and stuff too, didn't it? I swore we did. Just gotta make everyone hit that bell for all notifications. Hey, I didn't say it. Hey. But yes, do it. Or else. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys can recommend me different videos from Novel and Platinum WoW. I don't know which ones to do. I look at their channels. I'm just like, I have no idea where to start. So if you guys have any starter ones that are, you know, more complete, you know, that'd be nice. I recommended a bunch of Platinum Novel videos already. You did. We're going to start from the top where you did. First one you did was Garrosh Did Nothing Wrong. So we'll probably do the, I don't know which one. The Dragons one seems nice. And Warcraft Stupidest Dragon also sounds nice. Yes. The second stream is already scheduled. This stream is already set to redirect it too. So if you stay tuned to the end, you'll be automatically taken to tonight's stream. That way you can set your notifications for that one too. It is for Skyrim. So, but I think the streams are enjoyable enough that if you don't know anything about Skyrim, or you simply don't care about Skyrim, you'll still have a good time. Because people who come out to the streams, I'm sure y'all understand, we don't be playing the game for most of the stream. How you stream for 5 hours and only get a 1 hour video out of it? Crazy. Noble's so helpful. He goes in depth on everything. After watching his videos, you feel like there's so much more you didn't know than you realized. It sounds good. Try some Emiradex Villains Corner videos. That's the guy we reacted to for the Garrosh video, right? Having slow mo on good because it helps get rid of spamming. Yes, but I also don't feel like the streams are fast enough to warrant slowing everyone down. It'd be a lot easier to just try to be quick with it and have me or a mod snipe them. That would be the easiest way. Okay, yeah, I did. My first games were on Super Nintendo, and that got me into computer games when Halo came out. He also got me to play Serious Sam and Quake. Hey, I was a Nintendo kid for basically my entire life until like late middle school going into high school. Like I didn't play a shooter that wasn't Mega Man until like high school. But I guess I technically did play Metal Gear in middle school. I put Illidan in there. I saw that, thanks. Thanks, Ghost Mine, I appreciate you. I won't fire you as a viewer. It's a cool feature. I hope I can catch the stream even though I'm not caught up on the Skyrim playlist yet. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably do story stuff because I plan on doing the Dark Brotherhood stuff, but at the same time, you'll be able to watch a lot of stream because our just chattings are like realistically maybe an hour and a half at least. And it's funny because video viewers, they never really see this because like in between jump cuts, you know, in a video, there could have been like an hour or 30 minutes of just talking about something who cares about, you know, where we just get into conversations and stuff like that. There were so many moments, especially like in the last Skyrim stream. I'm just like, bro, we were all, it was a crazy night. I'm not gonna lie. We were getting kind of wild, out of pocket a little bit. It's funny, video viewers will just never see that kind of thing. They just never see that, you know. I could put that kind of thing in the video, you know, but I try to think of it like this. People come onto a video for something specific. And while they have the ability to skip stuff too, the biggest part of a YouTuber's paycheck is probably the YouTube videos themselves, not streams, unless you're just a streamer, you know? And while I'm a streamer, I'm kind of like part-time streamer, part-time YouTuber, you know, so, and they all come together to make me full-time, you know, and because I don't have an editor, you know, or a team to be doing this stuff and finishing recordings and immediately edit them while I'm still live, I kind of have to do this stuff on my own. So I do have to pick and choose what comes and goes out of videos and stuff like that. Thanks, man, for playing. Watch all your cinematic videos. I've been playing since 2010. Hey, that's a long freaking time. In 2010, I was replaying Super Mario Galaxy. My first game console was either the Wii or the PlayStation 2. I've always been fond of both of them. I gotta remember that I'm older than some people, so seeing people say their first thing was the Wii is kind of crazy. But then I also remember the Wii was like 20 years ago. It's been a long time. But when did the Wii come out? Wii release date. It's been 18 years since the Wii. Good googly loot, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Wow. Whew. That's still a long freaking time though. So, man, that's a long time. You play Skyrim forever, so you'll be spoiler free. Yeah, it won't matter. Lettuce. That's it. Skyrim is so good. I'm going to do this quest. Oh, what's that? Repeat. This is why VODs are fun. Yes, if I'm sure VOD viewers also understand, because they kind of get the stream experience, but also the video experience, you know, like they can rewind or fast forward past stuff they don't care about. But at the same time, they can also pause it, you know, and do that. The only thing that they miss out on is being able to influence the stream. You know, like if somebody tells me they want me to react to this, that now becomes what the stream is going to do, you know, or if somebody tells me I should do this quest or this quest offers that, then that can completely change the course of what's going to happen in this video, you know, and a viewer who is watching the VOD or the video can't do that, you know? So arguably that's probably the most fun part about coming into streams, is being able to interact with the streamer and, you know, even influence, you know, how the videos end up or the VODs end up. Video viewers will never understand 2 a.m. KingdomAce. Yeah, they don't quite, they don't quite understand. That's for the better though. That's why I prefer VODs over videos. I just like listening to just chatting part and then the game. I can see that, you know, like I enjoy also being somebody's second monitor streamer, you know, just put it on the background while you get some work done, do other things, maybe get some gaming in. This music is so good. The music is the new battle theme for Persona 3 Reload. It's going down now. My first console was the N64. My folks refused to give me a Sega. That was for the better. On the N64. PS2 for me, all I needed was to destroy all humans, and I was chilling at like 8 years old. I bet. First stream of the day, your primary monitor stream, night stream, second monitor. Okay, you're right. Feel that. I feel that. Sorry, you guys can't know what I just left there. Basically, WoW Classics season discovery starts today. Oh shoot! My first game console was a DS Lite. Oh wow, I remember getting my DS Lite when I was young. My first was an Atari. LMAO. I'm only 29, but I feel ancient. Dang. Maybe you are ancient. You're 29. Let me chill out. I'll be 29 soon. Dang. 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 I started seeing your videos in my timeline. Was wondering how far you reacted to the cutscenes since the last ones. I remember seeing or a bit of Legion stuff at the end. Yeah, that's basically what we did. But welcome to the stream. ColecoVision. Oh shoot. Yeah, you we need to get you back home, Grandpa. Sorry. I like how you actually stop and try to understand what's going on. I see a lot of reactors just watch videos and go, wow, and never revisit anything. I appreciate your genuine interest in WoW. I mean, real talk, I know what it's like to be a content creator who goes WoW and then just keeps moving. You know, I've been that creator before in the past. You know, I've been, you know, back when I was a Kingdom Hearts YouTuber, you know, I love Kingdom Hearts dearly. But again, making every video about Kingdom Hearts drives me crazy. Making every video about one thing, I can't do that. I have too many interests, and man, I have too high of a drive to find new things to love, you know, to focus on just one thing. Like, so while people may love WoW content from me, I'll never be a WoW YouTuber. That's just not gonna happen. If I ever wanted to be a singular YouTuber of anything, I would make a different channel for it. So like, if I just got so heavy into WoW lore and just wanted to only do WoW as content, I wouldn't do that on this channel. I would literally go and make another channel with the name of my character or something like that, and then make that channel just for doing that. Because yeah, I just wanna, I have too much love for this thing. I just need to vent it all out on another channel, you know? Because again, this channel is more about conquering my backlog. It's more about getting into things I've never experienced before, finishing things for the first time, you know, and sharing the world that blind experience. Mostly because I know how enjoyable it is to see someone get into something you really like. You know, I've watched my fair share of Xenoblade blind streams and stuff like that. They get to certain parts of the story, I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro, you are not ready, bro. This is crazy. So I do get it. I do get, you know, the perspective, but I do like to do my best in just making content on stuff I'm genuinely interested on. I've talked about on stream before, but with how well Skyrim was doing on the channel, I realistically should have just done another Elder Scrolls game, a past game, or I should have done New Vegas. Realistically, that would have been the right YouTuber thing to do. And while I am interested in those games, especially New Vegas, I can't force myself to just do that when I have other things I'm more interested in. Like, while I want to play Fallout New Vegas a lot, I'm more interested in Mass Effect. I'm more interested in, instead of playing Morrowind or Oblivion, I'm more interested in playing Witcher 3 right now, you know? So those are going to be the next two games instead of the two games that would probably benefit the channel more. But they'll all still happen, you know? But yeah, I gotta stop getting into 15-minute rambles about things. I have a goldfish attention span, but you're able to catch me enough to have my full VODs in one sitting. In one sitting? You're crazy. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to go AFK real quick. At the beginning of the stream, I said that there was something I was going to do that would have a negative effect on me or come back to bite me. I'm about to do it. So I'm going to put you guys on BRB. And yeah, I'll be right back. Don't leave or else. Or else. Well, I regretted it. Guys, I would. Well, I need you guys to help get my vibe back, please. Your boy is longest BRB stream history, possibly. Yeah, there wasn't much I could realistically do about it. All right. I apologize, but I've returned. I hope you all are doing good. I appreciate still being here. Let me just read some of the comments I missed. That'll make me feel better. Waiting for Skyrim Live, even though I'm sick, had a migraine. Dang, Mons, I'm sorry. Hope you feel well soon. Who's freaking calling me? Random number that I do not know. What's up, Stippy? I watched through all your Skyrim videos. I started a new character and played alongside you to a certain degree. As a hardcore fan, I've really enjoyed watching your enjoyed your playthrough so far. I appreciate that one, Blue Sock. I know that must be hard. That's probably a harder game to play alongside somebody since it has very much ADHD syndrome. You know, I can set out, say we're doing this quest line, we're all ready. Then at a moment's notice, I'll be like, what's that? You know, or talk to this NPC and just start their quest line instead, and just like, all right, well. Oh, you're catching strays. I haven't played through P3 Reload yet, but I need to know is Burn My Dread in the game? Burn My Dread's always going to be in the game. When is the next Skyrim episode coming? Aiming for tomorrow. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for watching. Play a little bit of New Vegas, and from what I played, it's my favorite Fallout game. Dang. I can't wait for Witcher 3. Part of me feels like just starting it alongside Skyrim, but then, you know, Mass Effect series is so good. That's what everybody tells me. I don't think I've ever met somebody who straight up that's played through the Mass Effect games and told me they don't recommend it. I played 5 PvP games on Destiny 2 and lost all of them, so I'm losing it, but your stream is helping me right now. Glad GTA fan. Sorry I went away for a little bit. Don't leave or else. Time to misbehave. Anyone else vibing to this music? Music always hits. I love it when game companies make an effort on their music, because we're playing these games for hours. The music has got to be good, in my opinion, of course. I feel like that's part of the reason why RPG music is always my favorite. Just because RPGs are inherently, by design, usually longer investments. And because of that, they need music that not only doesn't get annoying, but also fits the scenarios. Switch song now. Welcome to the stream, OMF. We're still here. Let's go. We still have a good stream regardless. When are you starting Witcher 3? Oh yeah, you pretty much just said it. Have you been enjoying WoW? I hope you have. If you haven't, I highly suggest you react to Noble lore videos. He's probably the single best around for lore since he also includes the books. This one's my fave. Even Final Fantasy Mystic Quest had great music. It did have good music. That's about all I can say about it. Do you have a favorite Skyrim song yet? I don't know any of the names of any of the Skyrim songs, but I love the music that happens when a dragon comes in, of course. Love to see you continue WoW stuff. Been watching along. Glad to catch another stream. Hey, it's glad to see you again. Appreciate it. Novel Pog. For those that weren't here when I originally said it, I'm going to be taking reaction suggestions today in the Discord server. So if you have Discord, willing to make one, etc., and you want me to watch specific videos, link them to me. Link them to me. So I can see exactly what the link is. And yeah, I don't like to click links in chat because next thing I know, will be stealing my computer. So, yeah. And I also don't want to risk other people clicking, so yeah. Go in the Discord. We have a reaction suggestions channel in there. You literally just got to click that channel and drop the link in there. Safer that way for sure. Safer for everyone. Especially since in Discord links embed. So like, it's not just a link that I have no idea what it is, you know? Like if somebody made faked the link that made it look like it was YouTube, it wouldn't embed how YouTube links embed in Discord. So people would be able to see that like, oh, this is weird. I'm only going to send you links with no content. That sounds like a very Gancakes thing to do. I just realized I don't have a drink. How am I supposed to do this stream without a drink? One of these days, I'm just gonna decide to start streaming with my headset mic. It's gonna sound so trash, but it'll be cool because I can get up from my stream and still talk to you guys. Like, hey guys, I'm in the bathroom. Hope you guys are doing good. It's like, wait, but what was that? What's that sound? Don't worry about it. Hey, yo, hold up. 2 a.m. Jordan coming out a little bit. My friend just said, y'all ever air fried rice? What was? I'm sure you would agree. Sounds like we need to banish him. Start with anything, Lulu. Start with your favorite one. Or when you finish the Wild Legion expansions, cutscenes, I just learning about Titan lore to really understand the godlike pantheon that pulls the strings behind the scenes. Can I repeat ASMR? And I'm not that confident. As an Asian, I can ban whoever said that. He's not in the stream. I was looking at Discord. And then people put rice in a waffle maker to make it crispy as a snack. I've never heard of that before. Come on, man. I've never heard of that before. Dude, there is zero reason why this song should be as good as it is. This is probably not going to be my best idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Think about what not. Rip face cam. Don't worry, it's coming back. Coming back. Hello from Sweden. Hello from the US. Welcome to the stream. Why? Crispy rice is fine, but using a waffle maker is sketch. That sounds like you're trying to burn your house down. Also, I'm full streamer mode. I got my jug of water. I don't usually drink on screen, but I don't have any soda. Water is my off-camera thing. I don't think anyone should ever be exposed to the intimacy between someone and his water. But y'all are gonna have to see me, yeah. I mean, the moment I hit that thing over and it just spills on me, I'm just ending the stream. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like if I'm drinking this thing and it just decides to just pour all over me, I'm literally ending. no goodbye, no nothing. It just ends just like that. Let's go, lich. All right, let's brain freeze. Well, water is pretty great. It is pretty great. KingdomAce water, hey, go, Leslie. Hey now. What up? What's up, Stumpy? I don't know if I said that already. I'll probably spill water on myself daily. I only do it somewhat daily. And it's most of the time in showers. What the freak, bro? Yaya should have never made that picture, bro. Oh my goodness, man. That's so funny. Final Fantasy franchise on sale, guys. Y'all already know what time it is on Steam. Final Fantasy sale. Y'all know what time it is, bro. Y'all know what the freak time it is, bro. Y'all know what time it is. Let me shut up. See, that bottle makes me think of when I did marching band. Everyone had these expensive water bottles, but I just had a gallon of water from UDF. I feel that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. $500 videos. Let me look at Nobble. See his stuff. I don't even think I have a preference between these two YouTubers. I've never watched any of their videos, so it's like, it's not like I have an overall preference. Lore of Warcraft full collection. It says I've watched one of these, the story of Warcraft. I've never seen this one. I might have clicked it when somebody sent it to me, actually. The story of Warlords of Draenor 10 years ago. The story of the Lich King, 3 hours. Oh my goodness, bro. The story of Varian or Ren. That video might bang, maybe. The story of Garrosh Hellscream. Dude, my guy. I'm looking through some of these videos. Beyond the Portal, Warlords of Draenor. Lord Illidan knows the way. Top 10 creepy stories in Warcraft. That'd actually be a pretty neat video. 5 more creepy stories in World of Warcraft. I feel like I don't know anything about the Alliance, or like I have very limited knowledge of the Alliance. I feel like I always know about the Horde, the villains. That's about it. Yes, there's a Final Fantasy sale on Steam. Nah, I gotta buy more. I feel that. How's the monk coming? The same as it been the last time I played. See, I was also in those marching bands too, not because I was playing an instrument, but because I was in ROTC. So I was in like those parades. Garrus did nothing wrong. Platinum WoW is great in terms of lore videos. Platinum videos are shorter, which is why I recommend those. But if you're down for longer ones, I can throw my favorite Nopal ones in there too. Of course, I don't care who you put in there. Honestly, as long as you think it'd make a good video or be something you'd really want to see me learn about, put it in there. Put it in there. Novel is more serious. Platinum WoW is more friendly to new viewers. I haven't played in years, but that was my baby. Played Trumpet for longer, but didn't enjoy as much. Raiden's a true king forever and always. I love him so much. No knowledge of the Alliance? I got you. Alliance main coming through? I didn't realize you were an Alliance main. Garrus did everything wrong after MISC. Check out Illidan Chosen of the Light, so you are prepared. I like the Horde races better, but I like Stormwind better than Orgrimmar. Garrus was great until they messed him up. Vol'jin was my favorite character, though, followed by Nazgrim. Vol'jin is the homie. I have like 5 Night Elves. Only non-Night Elf is a human, probably. Tuba really makes a statement, that's for sure. My brother did the Trumpet. I like Night Elves, but I don't like their starting zone. Something about it I don't mesh with. I don't see absolutely nothing about WoW or Final Fantasy. Pumped to learn. Now, buddy, I could tell you, I could basically be the novel or platinum WoW for Final Fantasy. Homie, platinum fantasy. Platinum FF. Yeah. Yeah. If you're into older games, I recommend Final Fantasy VI. The game may be 2D and may be older than most of us in here, but that is arguably still one of the strongest stories in the series. The true story of Garrus Hellscream by Nixion. I think I saw that on my I think I saw that on my recommended. Platinum Fantasy should definitely be the name of a brand of gin or something. Right, you're going to find WoW players that have differing opinions regardless of every expansion. Yeah, I've already understood that. That's basically for all of these iconic communities, iconic game communities. Skyrim is basically the same thing. Nobody agrees on anything. I love what I was too. I wish we got Quel'Dore instead of Void Elves. I have no idea what these things are. I know who Vol'jin is though. I have drank most of this jug on stream. That's the problem with being water. Water is good, and it's hard to hold back. I've also has specific character lore videos so you can learn all about the characters themselves. That's actually what I'm interested in. He also has lore videos surrounding the in-game raids, which is super interesting. I think that'd be pretty cool. Well, I guess it's time for me to choose one. Warcraft's most overpowered king. That actually looks like I just like the thumbnail for that one. The Illidan one's also interesting. I guess, I mean, I don't have a major interest in dragons in WoW, mostly just because I don't know much about them, but I guess this is how you learn about them. Are these both platinum? Wow, they are both platinum. I keep seeing Asmongold reacting to basically all of these things. Asmongold be getting more views than the original videos. Like this man reacted to everything you need to know about dragons in Warcraft, and his video got more views than the original video did. How often do they upload? I'm actually curious. Platinum WoW uploads maybe once or twice a month. Actually, he takes months off too. The downfall of Arthas. Hold up, that video looks kind of raw, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Dang. Okay, I'll probably watch a novel video second. I think I might do the dragons one. I might do the dragons one. Take this. Dang, man. Okay. For now, Chris, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you. All right. Let's, I guess it's time to get started. I gotta get ready to put on the YouTuber voice. Not that I don't feel like recording, but I'll get into it. I mean, bro, you're a reaction channel, bro. Just freaking react, man. The story of the Warcraft, that's actually a pretty good one. Oh, dude, hold on. These are back-to-back really good ones. This one Momo put in here, dude. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up, man. Hold up. This one's by Novel. Okay. And bananas. Okay. How long would this be? 31, 21. Oh, this is gonna be a meaty video. Hold up. I have time for all of that. See, realistically, it's like when you add up the time of the videos, that's about right. But then you also have to remember that's if I don't pause in the middle of them, which I'm sure we understand at this point. You guys have seen my videos. My recommendations. I'm watching yours first. Asmon Gold is by far the biggest WoW and probably MMO streamer out there. I mean, I've watched Asmon Gold's stuff when he was getting into Final Fantasy 14. I watched his stuff. It's just not for me, I think. I feel like I drank too much water. Like, bleh. I've been watching Markiplier's Lethal Company videos. It's been really good. Yeah, I'm gonna watch both of them. It's not like I'm only gonna watch Platinum WoW and not the other. I've never played RuneScape. I don't even know what RuneScape's about. Asmon Gold's pretty divisive in the WoW community, so the less said, the better. I guess we believe it on that. All right, Jordan. Please don't drink an entire gallon of water within the 20 minutes of getting it. Let me do this. Okay, better. Okay, I think it's time we wait. Finding Miles, the aliens that doomed the Warcraft is a must-watch. Explains a lot of stuff. Someone link me that video in Discord. Someone link me that video in Discord. Again, I only have time for so much because there is still a second stream today and we've already been live for an hour. So, again, reaction streams are usually shorter. So, dang, V, did that join so fast? She got triple monitor set up like Wade from Kim Possible. And she got all platinum wild stuff just up, ready. Ow. All right, well, I think it's time I start. Wow, I don't mess around. I see that. First time you guys on live stream, hope you're doing well. I am. I kind of was jamming to the music for a minute. Shout out to y'all who joined the Discord server, by the way. Okay. I'm going to put this aside. Put this here. Not having the smell of air. There ain't one. So, turn off. Water does have a taste, and you do have to play Final Fantasy VII for Rebirth. I feel like water does have a taste that I've become mostly numb to. Of course, water has a taste. People who say water doesn't have a taste don't have taste buds. The reason they have taste is because what determines the taste of water is the minerals used in it. You know, that's why, you know, if it's not done right, it can taste like brain fart. You know, that type of water that's distilled water. Taste distilled water and taste tap water and tell me you don't tell the difference. Distilled is when you have all the minerals and stuff in the water completely removed, you know, and you will taste the difference with it gone, you know. But what's the difference between like Nestle Pure Life and say mountain spring water? Easily, because spring water sucks and I can taste the fish juice still in it. But we're not going to get into that debate. Patch don't load unless it doesn't reopen the app. That's weird. And air definitely has a smell, but again, it's just mostly affected by what it's polluted with. Water also does feel totally different. I'm sure there are some brands that just bottle up tap water. I'm sure. Like, one brand y'all should stay away from, like your life depends on it, is Zephyr Hills, bro. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. Zephyr Hills is a easy way to shorten your lifespan. Zephyr Hills is something that should not be consumed by humans. Dasani as well. Dasani should also not be consumed by humans. That joint is terrible. That's the kind of water you drink and be like that's the kind of water that, like, that's the kind of face you make. Some people try to tell me you can't smell when rain is coming. Yes, you can. I feel like you have to live somewhere really dry and not know that smell. Most bottled water I had is bad. They almost taste bad. To you, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Purified isn't that bad. You know, it depends on the type of purified water. You know, like depending on the kind, depending on the brand, the purified water puts more minerals in the water. Like the kind I'm drinking right now is purified, but this is the kind of purified where they put additional minerals in it, which you can just read about on the back. Yeah. Absolutely can't tell. I'll find someone who says they can't smell rain coming. Bro, I've had people act like I'm crazy, bro. It's crazy. Rain has a very distinct smell. I lived in Utah. It's super obvious when it's about to rain. You absolutely can smell rain. Yeah, I live in Florida, so it rains off and on all the time. I know when it's coming. I've never understood that. I've heard other people say that too, where like they feel it in their knee. It's gonna rain soon. It's just like, I never understood that. Okay, I'm wondering, do I have to go to the bathroom now that I almost drank this gallon of water because it's almost gone now? Nah, I should be fine for the next hour and a half. All right, guys, I need you to stop being interesting. I mean, because I need to record. Also, I did do that audition. I submitted it. It went well. It went well, genuinely. It was really fun to do it. To kind of get into the role of like a character and stuff like that. I got to be a little bit of an edgy character too, so that was neat. I just need to hear back. The deadline isn't until tomorrow, so it might still be a while before I hear back. Why is this meme here? 1 second, honey. I just need to ask Shadowheart how I'm holding up in her estimations. I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely talked to her multiple times to see. All right. With that, the music goes off. What is the audition you can say? I do not know if I'm able to say. But I can say I will keep you posted for when it's officially announced. Or for Karlach, though, I do feel that too. Been acting for 30 years. Dang. I have not been alive that long. Okay. All right. It's time for us to record a video. You guys already know. You guys know what time it is. What the freak just happened to my computer? What just happened to OBS? What just happened? No way, bro. Hold up. What is happening? No way. Come on, don't do this to me. There we go. I knew I could reset it like that. I couldn't see the top part of my program, so I couldn't move the window. You blink around your voice dragon and ES6. You blink 3 times. Mama K. Married Gil. He's not a power crazed madman anymore. Okay. All right. I think it. Ooh, hold up. Ghostmine posting that solo leveling. Let's go. All right. I might watch that today. All right. Time to record. Time to record. Background's fine. Why does it seem darker in here? My lighting looks different today for some reason. My lighting looks different today for some reason. What? My wife is joining our next D&D session for one session. I'm working on building her a Moon Elf Wizard character now. Of course, she knows nothing about D&D and chose the most complex race in class. Sounds like me. No, I don't think that's what it is. I think something's different in my room. I think it's because I have the window open, so the lighting is slightly different. I'm going to say whatever, though. Let us do this. Why would you do that? 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 There you go. Feeling glowing because of all the water you're drinking? I like the way you think. I'm going to reset the camera. That'll fix it. Okay, reactivate. It looks the exact same. All right. All right, y'all. Get ready to do the usual hellos to the YouTube viewers. Hi, long time WoW player here. I'm excited to watch. Welcome, Machina. You're just in time. Just in time for us to put on the YouTuber voice. I gotta get my head in the game. My head's not in the game right now. Okay. Is it daytime? It is daytime. It is only 2 p.m. My cat was, I didn't miss anything. My cat was demanding attention. Do what you gotta do, V. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I've been watching a lot of cutscenes for World of Warcraft for a while, alongside playing the game. And I think it's about that time now that we're kind of getting deeper into the game's story that I kind of hard focus on some specific lore points and stuff. So I start getting the bigger picture when I see those cutscenes. Like, I don't really know about the importance of dragons in Warcraft, for example. So I think maybe it's a good idea for me to learn a little bit about them before diving into those cutscenes. So I think that's what we're going to be doing today. Right now, I'm live streaming my experience of just people sending me lore videos of things they want me to react to. And I'm super excited for that because honestly, I think that's a really neat way to digest lore. So if you guys want part of that, you already know what to do. Hit the like button for your boy. It lets me know that you want more content like this. And subscribing will not only keep you notified for when I go live, when new videos come out, and it will help us get closer to our goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of summer. And, you know, being part of the live stream will help you actually be able to submit suggestions and, you know, let me react to stuff. So that's going to be super cool. Thank you guys who did come out today. I really do appreciate that. So thank you all so much for watching. And now it's time to get into all these wild lore videos. That one was kind of mid. That intro was kind of mid. Not gonna lie. Let's redo it. Let's redo it. Normally I'd be like, I don't want to redo it, but let's redo that. Let's redo it. Oof, this folder's getting kind of big right now. This can go because I just uploaded that. This can also go because I uploaded that already. How much space I got? I have enough. All right, take two. Take two. Take two. It was all right. Oh, it was good. You liked that? I didn't like it. I mean, it was slightly awkward, and I know some people like the awkwardness, you know, but you know, when it's you being awkward, it doesn't seem as appealing. Okay. The awkwardness gives it a charm. All right, well, you guys are about to find a better charm now. Watch this. I'm about to play the best YouTube game of my life. 3, 2, 1, go. I've been kind of obsessed with World of Warcraft for a while now, but I think I need to hard focus on specific points of WoW since I've been reacting to all these cutscenes. Like, there are a lot of little things that I don't know the intricate details about that makes digesting new content for it a little bit harder to, you know, fully sustain. So I'm going to be having you guys through my Discord server send me a bunch of different stuff you want me to react to. A bunch of Platinum WoW, a bunch of Novel, the GOATs. You guys already know. You guys have already sent me a bunch of videos, so I'm excited to check them out. If you want to send me some and, you know, actually influence what I react to in these streams, you already know what to do. Hit the like button for your boy. It lets me know you want more videos like this one, and subscribing will keep you notified for when those live streams happen, when the videos go up, and it'll help us get it closer to our goal of 50,000 subscribers. Of course, joining the Discord so you actually have a place where I'll actually go and react to them too. So without further ado, this is my first reaction to World of Warcraft's really, really important lore. Okay, I still stumbled there at the end, but that's because I couldn't come up with a word. I was gonna say intrinsic, and I was like, no, that's not what that word means. And so I was like, I think you mean intricate. You know, then I was like, yeah, I mean intricate. But by then I was already talking to myself, who was already in the middle of speaking different words. So I had to roll back my brain processes in the middle of talking. So if it looked like I lagged for a split second, that's why. Hi, YouTube. For the totally first time. I'm always awkward. What's the worst thing I could type for the intro so I don't do it? Knowledge stuff? Yes. That's awesome, man. I'd have said intriguing. Intriguing also would have worked. I wanted to say intricate because it has that same meaning of being super in depth, but it's also complex to the sense that there's like so much of it to remember. I think it went fine though. I think it went fine. First started, completed this Skyrim 3 and I started again because of you. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Do people call you Ace? People call me whatever the freak they want. But most people either just call me Ace or they call me Jordan. And that's with an A because people still spell the name Jordan wrong. But I don't care what you call me. Jordan. I'm not going to lie. There is a viewer I've had for like 5 years and she still spells my name that way. I have other people all spelling it right and she will insist on spelling it that way for some reason. I've never called them out on it just because I was like, it's baffling. Baffling. Jordan. Think Michael Jordan or the Jordan River. Forthwith. As if. What would you prefer, Jordan? I mean, Jordan is my name. So I don't care. I mean, KingdomAce is what I named myself. Jordan is what my mother named me. So I don't really care. I mean, if I had to pick, I guess Jordan would be right. It would like normal, but you know, Michael Jordan V. We need to have a long talk. Do an intro as if you're a character in WoW. I can't do that. I'm gonna be real. I mean, I can't do it on the spot. Don't know much about WoW, but let's see what all the hoopla is about. What's up, Kiana? Good to see you in the stream. Ace Vin Jordan. You could just call me Jordan Ace. How about that? Aaron. Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard that before? Usually when I see that kind of stuff, I take it as they're a screen reader user that's spelling it how it sounds, but maybe who knows? I think she was just wrong. I think she was just wrong. King Ace. Jarl. You can pull off the Lich King's voice, I think. Really? I play on a roleplay server, not Moonguard. I think I do a passable chin storm stout. Key and Peels from Key and Peel. Okay, that's probably where it was. That's probably what I was like. Where have I heard that before? Kiana. Okay. All right, we did our YouTuber intro. I think it's time we switch to the main preset. Here, the music just started back because I'm muted on this tab. Let's switch to this here. Bro, again, I want to go in the Discord server one of these days and all of us just like do it. Maybe not necessarily a D&D campaign, but like do something like that. I don't care if it's just us playing Baldur's Gate, bro. That just seems so fun to me. Look, guys, it's the layout from the videos. I have to remember, though, there's a lot of people with different schedules and stuff like that. So it's like, and not everybody likes like group environments. Like they get nervous. Like, so it's like, and not everybody wants to talk in a VC. Like they wouldn't mind being in the VC, but they don't, you know, they're shy about talking. Get me in that Baldur's Gate campaign immediately. I don't know, V. I don't know if you're ready for Baldur's Gate yet. I don't know. I don't know. Might need you to stick with Dragon Age. Let me check. Let me check. I got my gold dice. Don't underestimate me. I mean, you're definitely better than me, so. Sylvanas is probably like my second favorite right now. I think I saw you post that in the Discord server. All right, let's do this. All right, Jordan, back into recording brain. Ooh, you almost did not set the audio. Hold up, let me check to make sure it's gonna work.
Mouth with a giant boulder.
I can't hear anything. Oh, okay, I did not need to hear that sound effect just then. I did not need to hear that just then. Just in time, though. Galakron. You're just making up words right now. No, safe for work. Warning. It'll be okay. All right. Let's do this. Don't worry, CV. Who is tagging me? Oh, I saw that. I saw that. All right. I like questing. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, the first one we have from Platinum. Wow, everything you need to know about dragons and Warcraft. This was sent by one of my mods, V, so shout out to her. I'm gonna hit that preemptive like button because let's be real here, it's gonna be a good video, even though I haven't seen any Platinum WoW. But let's go ahead and do this. Dragons I'm pretty interested in because they seem to play a really big part of like the story in some way, especially later on. So let's go ahead and do this.
Dragons! You can't get more fantasy than dragons. And sometimes Warcraft is a fantasy universe. Dragons are some of the most powerful beings on Azeroth who have
Wait, hold up. We are not even in... What the freak, bro? I'm like, hold up. This video is so low quality. Is this a 10-year-old video?
An extremely in-depth lore that begins all the way back to the very foundation of the world. How did these magnificent beasts come to be? What is their purpose? And what exactly are they doing in the modern day?
I don't know.
Sit back and let's learn everything you need to know about dragons.
I can't sit back because I'm streaming, but yes, I'm ready. Oh.
Our story begins during the ordering of Azeroth. The Titan Keepers waged
something like underrated. I feel this is probably something I shouldn't be stopping the video for. But like when I used to do video essays and stuff like that, like I would import my script into the video when you upload it on YouTube. That way it gives it closed captions. And that's something I recommend everybody who uploads video essay type content to do, just because I don't know why, but I just retain information better when I have subtitles. But I do not want to look at auto-generated subtitles. But just letting that be known.
War with the untamed elements on the planet and banish them to their
Okay.
Our story begins during the ordering of Azeroth. The Titan Keepers waged war with the untamed elements on the planet and banished them to their respective elemental planes. But not all of the elements were imprisoned. Some of these rogue elements developed into the first ever proto-dragons. The majority of the information we know about these ancient times comes from the novel Dawn of the Aspects. And in this book, there is easily
that editing, it's not as difficult as you'd think, like with just the green screening it, you know, but man, doing something small like this adds so much.
One of the most
it's such a neat thing to do.
Monstrous
especially since behind
that
this.
Never really gotten the respect he deserves in game.
What's his name? Oh.
Galakrond, the father of
Galakrond.
dragons, was a monolithic beast that dwarfed the rest of his kind. One day, an unquenchable hunger dominated his body, and he suddenly began to terrorize the other dragons. He performed the unthinkable and started to cannibalize the other proto-dragons. This had dramatic effects on his body, and he began to develop mutations like growing limbs and eyes all over his now decaying body. To put in perspective how big Galakrond was, his roar had the ability to cause devastating avalanches, and his wings were so large that the other dragons would mistake it for thunder. His breath also had the ability to raise slain proto-dragons into undeath, which were called not living, and their bite would infect other dragons who develop similar unrelenting taste for dragon flesh. And yet, no, they're literally zombie dragons.
They're zombie dragons.
The Titan Keepers and their surviving proto-dragons teamed up to defeat this gargantuan beast. These heroes included the Titan Keeper Tyr, Malygos, Nozdormu, Neltharion, Ysera, and Alexstrasza.
Dang.
Howie! During one of the battles, Tyr's hand was bitten clean off by Galakrond.
Wait, so is he infected?
Keeper would later get a new silver hand as a replacement. This glorious, heroic battle would become legend for the people of Azeroth, and Tyr's silver hand became the symbol for the Knights of the Silver Hand Paladins thousands and thousands and thousands of years later.
Dang. That's something I really like about WoW and, you know, other fantasy stories is that, like, the weight of time, I guess, where it's like, maybe it's just because in our world we don't really have that in our real world, you know, like I don't really know about specific people and the things they did thousands and thousands, like 5,000, 10,000 years ago. You know, just the recorded history just doesn't go back, you know, that far in specific detail. So I think it's interesting that when we have fantasy works like WoW, we actually can do that. I remember playing Star Ocean 2, you know, when he crash landed on another planet, you know, they had like information about what their people were doing 2 million years ago, 10 million years ago. And I'm like, their race went back that far? You don't see that. And it seems so unfathomable because again, in real life, we don't have lore like that, you know, not that old of lore. So when we see these fantasy stories that do, it just instantly becomes more interesting. I love that.
Galakrond would later be defeated by the team of proto-dragons when Malygos flew inside of Galakrond's mouth with a giant boulder and freezed it in his throat. Then Neltharion flew.
Why? Nah, I'm rewinding not for any nefarious reason. I just need
proto
to.
dragons when
I just missed
Malygos
it.
flew inside of Galakrond's mouth with a giant boulder and freezed it in his throat.
Oh.
Then Neltharion flew inside his mouth and blasted a zombie dragon down
Why did it happen twice? Why did it happen twice?
his throat to push the boulder in further. Because Galakrond has little tiny proto-dragon arms, they were just too small to perform CPR on himself, and he choked to death and died.
Is that really how he went out?
Yeah, kind of a crazy and strange death for the biggest dragon in Warcraft history.
That's what I'm saying. That's how he really went out. Oh, let me not.
The
Let me-
final
let me
resting
not.
place for the Father of Dragons can still be found in the frozen tundra of Dragonblight. But the funny thing is, Galakrond has a bunch of more screen time in Hearthstone compared to World of Warcraft, but maybe we'll see that change in a future expansion. After displaying their awesome power, the Titan Keepers were impressed by the 5 proto-dragons that defeated Galakrond. The raw power of the Titans was infused into these 5 proto-dragons so that they could become the Power Ranger defenders of Azeroth and protect the planet from any future threats. All of the Keepers agreed to strengthen these proto-dragons, except for Odin, because he's kind of an asshole.
Basically, in everything.
They did it
he is.
anyways. Ionar, the Titan of Life, empowered Alexstrasza and Ysera to protect all living creatures. Norgannon, the Titan of Magic,
What the freak is wrong with his foot? I
all
mean, with
living
his
creatures.
finger. Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry.
Norgannon, the Titan of Magic, empowered Malygos to protect the powerful arcane that dwelled across Azeroth. Amenthul, High Father of the Pantheon, empowered Nozdormu to guard the very fabric of time and space. And finally, Khazgar
Wait.
Amenthul, High Father of the
Amenthul?
Pantheon, empowered Nozdormu to guard the very fabric of time and space. And finally, Khazgaroth, the Titan Shaper of Worlds, gave Neltharion the power of the
Neltharion.
earth and whatever dwelled beneath. With their powers combined, this council of beings called the Aspects became the first ever fully fledged dragons to ever grace Azeroth, and now it's their mission to be the world's eternal defenders. When the Aspects were granted this power, in the sky there was a rare celestial event called the Embrace, where Azeroth's 2 moons embraced one another. The only time a dragon can be transformed into an aspect is during this event, which only happens every 430 years. Next, the Keepers help forge the dragons a sanctuary called Wimrest Temple. This giant tower would serve as a meeting place for all of the dragonflights and be the heart of dragon culture. One of the many parts of dragon culture is something called a Visage Day. Visage Day is when a dragon comes to age and they perform a ceremony atop the Wimrest Temple to choose their humanoid form. Dragons have the ability to transform into any of the races on Azeroth, and it's typically done so that they can spy on the mortal races across the planet to make sure they aren't doing anything nefarious. Or they just
That's
do it
pretty
for
cool.
practical reasons. And these dragons knew how to transform into these races before they even existed because, bronze dragonflight and timey-wimey time travel stuff, okay? But here's the thing. Dragons are not just limited to humanoid forms. They can turn into anything. And I mean anything. There's this one part in the Dawn of the Aspects book where Alexstrasza just disguises herself as a giant-ass tree. Okay, now let's go through each of these dragonflights in more detail.
Why?
And talk about exactly what they do. Starting with the red dragonflight and the tree transforming Queen of Dragons herself, Alexstrasza.
And the cycle of life is reborn anew.
The red dragonflight are the protectors of all life on Azeroth. This means that they're the ones to deal with any dangerous, overwhelming threats on the planet. They also restore devastated lands and protect ancient artifacts. One of the special abilities they have is that their fiery breath can either bring horrible destruction or rejuvenating life. We can see the healing effects of the fire firsthand during the Wrathgate cinematic, where they scorch.
Oh, is that what was happening there? Is that what it was actually? Because I feel like I remember, like, after that whole thing had happened, we saw the dragons, but I didn't realize what they were doing. That's pretty great.
The Alliance commander, Bolvar Fordragon, with their healing flames. I mean, doesn't Bolvar look healed? Just ignore the horrific charring all over his body that seared his flesh beyond recognition. Look, he's healed, okay? Trust me. To this day, the Red Dragonflight and their Dragon Queen continue to watch over all life on Azeroth and protect it from certain death.
Before battle, I always assure my forces that through the fire and the flames, we'll carry on.
Fire, literally.
Time may pass, but the dream is eternal.
The other dragons of life are called the Green Dragonflight, who you don't see very often when exploring Azeroth. That's because this dragonflight mainly resides within the ethereal plane known as the Emerald Dream. This plane of existence is one of flourishing life that represents the world of Azeroth if it was never altered by intelligent beings. One of the special abilities green dragons have is they got that melatonin dragon breath that has the ability to put their enemies to sleep. Green dragons try to avoid combat to the best of their ability and pacify their enemies rather than kill them. That being said, in the dream, the Green Dragonflight works alongside the druids to control the ebb and flow of nature and protect it from a horrifying presence.
This is super interesting. Emerald Green is where we're chilling in the current expansion, by the way. Okay.
Emerald Nightmare constantly festers throughout the dream. This twisted dark magic alters life into a horrific mockery of itself and brings only madness and corruption. The origin of this dark power comes from the old gods and Xavius, the Nightmare Lord, who orchestrates the spreading of corruption across the dream. All of the hostile green dragons we see in-game from classic WoW to modern day have pretty much all been corrupted by the Nightmare. And even the aspect Ysera was cursed by the Nightmare, and in Legion, she was put down by the player characters.
Dang. Yeah, we saw that happen. See, that's what's great about, you know, reacting to this, because I can like, before seeing that, I'm just like, oh, an iconic character's dying, that's sad, you know, but now I actually know about, like, the Green Dragonflight, and I know what happened to her and why this is happening. You know, it makes it a lot more, you know, enjoyable, like, retrospectively.
The Green Dragon aspect would return in the Shadowlands expansion in the Zone of Ardenweald, which is like the Emerald Dream, but for dead creatures. And she helps Tron to fight Sylvanas and stuff.
Oh. Bro.
I will teach you ignorant children just how little you know of magic.
The Blue Dragon.
You guys were saying that they get voice actors. Platinum WoW gets voice actors for this kind of thing. That's actually really cool. I'm glad they do that, because, you know, nobody would really care, you know, if he just kind of did those moments himself, you know. But getting people to do that, it actually does, you know, it does go the extra mile. It adds another seal of quality to the videos. I'm very much enjoying this video. I've both simultaneously feel like I've been pausing too much to comment, while also simultaneously not talking enough because I get invested. That's how I know we're in for a really good video here. Enjoy his channel a lot so far. I actually have to go BRB. real quick. This was a bad day to stream. I can tell. So hopefully I can get this video finished and at least one more, because I'm kind of annoyed. I'll keep going AFK. This is like my second time or third. Blizzard used a lot of in-house talents for voice acting too. Chris Metzen, for example, as Thrall. That's really cool. I'm going to go AFK real quick. We'll be. Ooh, actually, let me hit this. Right. Actually, let me. Okay. I've returned. And stop doing that, please. Man, Dwayne the Rock Johnson as Anduin, bro. Let me be Anduin. Even though I know you guys would probably prefer me to be like someone else. Okay, I'm to resume the for an orc. Are you insulting me? I'm kidding. I do think my troll accent's pretty good though. I haven't done it. Out of my ears. Okay. All right, now we pretend like we never paused.
Dragonflight, led by Malygos, is an enclave of dragons committed to protecting the use of magic on Azeroth and making sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Malygos and his blue dragonflight went dormant for thousands and thousands of years after a major defeat I'll talk about later in this video during the War of the Ancients.
Dang.
And the dragon aspect was weakened, depressed, and a little bit insane. But then again, who isn't?
Platinum Wow might be spitting, guys. He might be spitting indeed. Spitting indeed. I paused again because I forgot I didn't. Oh, okay, it is set up. Cool. Good. Okay, it's set up.
Malygos would fully regain his power and sanity during the events told in the comic book series Shadowwing, a collection of books with just some wonderful artwork, huh? In this series, Terragosa, one of the members of the Blue Dragonflight,
That artwork is very good. I don't know what he's talking about. That's very good.
brings some nether drakes to the Blue Dragonflight domain called the Nexus in hopes of balancing the magical energies inside of them. Instead, these nether dragons try and take over the Nexus, and then Malygos eats all of them, which then restores his sanity and his power. After spending 10,000 years dormant, Malygos realized that he really wasn't doing a good job of protecting the magic across Azeroth. The puny mortals on the planet had been abusing the power he was supposed to protect, and had summoned the Burning Legion on Azeroth multiple times and fractured the world in the process. Malygos acted swiftly and started to divert all of the magic across Azeroth's ley lines and suck them up into the Nexus. This violent siphoning of magic had dramatic effects on Azeroth's world soul and caused irreparable damage. Furthermore,
Dang.
the mages of Dalaran noticed that their spells did not have the power they once had. You see, this was Malygos's biggest mistake, getting between a mage and their magic. The Kirin Tor mages said, "Fuck you, you goddamn scaly son of a bitch," and teleported their entire city from Hillsbrad foothills and into the air above Crystal Song Forest in Northrend. These mages then put their war against the Lich King on hold and teamed up with the red, bronze, and green dragonflights and the Horde and the Alliance and started the Nexus War. While Malygos may have had some valid criticisms about the mortals on Azeroth, destroying the world while trying to keep the magic away from them was no way to solve the problem, and he was defeated within his domain called the Eye of Eternity.
Unthinkable! The mortals will destroy everything! My sister, what have you...
I did what I had to, brother. You gave me no alternative. And so ends the Nexus War. This resolution pains me deeply, but the destruction, the monumental loss of life had to end. Regardless of Malygos's recent transgressions, I will mourn his loss.
I'll give you a shoulder crown.
Check out the sick new dragon mount I got. Cool! The blue dragonflight then had another aspect leader called Kaligos for a brief moment in time, but now, in the modern day, the blue dragonflight's numbers have dwindled to such a low amount that the flight was abandoned altogether. The surviving dragons went their separate ways and are no longer unified by a single cause.
Dang. That feels kind of bad, though. It's like, I get he did the wrong thing. He definitely shouldn't have taken an action. He had such a singular goal that he allowed it to, you know, he overlooked that, you know, hey, doofus, all of you were given these separate jobs to protect the world, you know, as a whole, you know, to protect reality. So in the end, yeah, mortals might have been abusing their power, but it's not like the world was destroyed, you know? So it's like, and even if that was a potential possibility, you destroying the world is not gonna fix, like, yeah, nobody's using magic anymore, but at, you know, or abusing it anymore, but at what cost? You know, it's pretty stupid overall when you really get down to brass tacks about it. But like, I still feel bad because, you know, he only wanted to act because he had spent so long being dormant, you know, and he really did just want to, you know, make magic not be abused, you know, so I don't know.
Time is a tangled web. Try not to dwell on all the loose ends.
Nozdormu, the Lord of Time, and the Bronze Dragonflight have the ability to travel through time to the past, present, and future. Their ultimate mission is to maintain the true timeline on Azeroth. Whatever that means. Generally, the Bronze...
They're going with that timeline. Okay. They don't often, I don't see that many time travel stories these days where they have a true timeline. I know Final Fantasy is kind of doing that, not in 14, but in a game I won't mention for spoilers' sake, but they're kind of doing something similar right now with the true timeline, and they have this legion of beings that are acting to keep the thing, you know, keep us on the right track. Basically, someone dies who wasn't meant to die on the true timeline, they'll bring them back to life, for example.
Dragonflight does not involve themselves in events on Azeroth unless they are absolutely needed. Some examples include when Nozdormu blessed Nordrassil to give the Kaldari elves eternal life, or when the Bronze Dragonflight played a role in the War of the Shifting Sands.
Well, now I'm interested in those stories.
The Bronze Dragonflight's real enemy is the Infinite Dragonflight. This is a flight of dragons corrupted by the old gods and are trying to manipulate the very fabric of time and space for their dark masters to be victorious. There's also an Infinite Dragon pirate called Time Captain Hooktail. This was added in Shadowlands, and I will not elaborate further. The leader of the Infinite Dragonflight is a dragon named Muruzond, who's actually Nozdormu from the future. You see, since Nozdormu can see everything, actually, Nozdormu
from the future is the... No way did they just freaking Kingdom Hearts jumble up the name, bro. Ain't no way that's his nobody, bro. That's crazy to me. They definitely just Kingdom Hearts scrambled up the name.
From the future. You see, since
You gotta
Nosdormu can
love
see
it.
everything past, present, and future, he can also see his own death. Murozond is a future version of himself who is trying to subvert his own death by destroying the true timeline and helping the old gods in the process. You can see the infinite dragonflight try and disrupt the timeline firsthand in the Caverns of Time dungeons, like Escape from Durnhold, the Black Morass, and the Culling of Stratholme. We finally defeat Murozond in the End Time dungeon, which is a future version of Azeroth that will exist if the old gods win. This is also a good time to mention that Nosdormu and Murozond are both voiced by Martin Sheen, who is a famous actor from these films, and he also has the most over-the-top, hilarious line delivery ever from Murozond.
The powers of the hourglass do nothing to me.
The powers of the hourglass do nothing to me! With help from the player characters, Murozond is defeated.
You know not what you have done. Fool, what I have seen. At last it has come to pass. The moment of my demise. The loop is closed. My future self will cause no more harm.
Won't you still become that?
In time,
Yeah.
I will fall to madness. And you, heroes, will vanquish me.
I'm just being
The
goobers.
cycle will repeat. So it goes.
I mean, he always could just like
Also, in this future,
knock himself off now.
catastrophic end-time version of Azeroth, there's a dragon impaled on the Wimrus Temple. And yeah, maybe we should talk about that guy, huh? Let's jump all the way back to when the dragons first got their powers. You know, while the other aspects got to enjoy being the protectors of life, taking naps in the Emerald Dream, controlling the flows of powerful magic, and traveling through time and space, you know what Neltharion, Guardian of the Earth, had to do? Sit in a cave, bored as hell. Furthermore, having the powers of an aspect was a gift, but also a burden. The force of Azeroth's Earth constantly weighed down on Neltharion. He could feel every single stone press upon his body, and the insurmountable pressure became overwhelming. This weight was his burden to bear alone, and ultimately, he found it to be too much.
Wait, so that is a really stupid thing to do. Like, when he was given that power, why would you put the weight of the entire world, physically speaking, on one being and expect them to basically carry that forever? Like, you got to at least make him strong enough to be able to do that joint with ease. Like, if I was going to make a creature that I wanted to carry that weight, I'd make him so strong to where he could do that easily. You could do that easily.
The Earth Warders seeked relief from this immense suffering, and that is when the whispers of the old gods, imprisoned deep within the earth, invaded his very soul. It was the old gods that could free Neltharion from this burden, and not only that,
Don't
he
even
could
bother
also
to
be
think about
granted
it.
powers beyond his imagination if he served them. He could create a world where only his black dragonflight dominated Azeroth.
Your betrayal will be glorious.
Your betrayal will be glorious.
Neltharion's schemes would not come to fruition until the events of the War of the Ancients, when the Burning Legion first invaded Azeroth. With an ancient artifact called the Dragon Soul, Neltharion convinced the other dragons to funnel a portion of their power into the Desc so that it could be used as a powerful weapon against the demons that invaded Azeroth.
Strike down your allies and begin your true ascension.
Bro, I wish my voice
When
was
it was
that
time
deep.
to actually use the Desc against the demons, Neltharion said,
Oh.
He used the dragon soul to blast demons, night elves, and dragons alike. The blue dragonflight surrounded the crazed Earth Warder. Malagos tried to reason with him, but it was futile. One of the blue dragons struck by the dragon soul was named Sindragosa, who was hit so hard by the blast she flew halfway across the world and landed in Northrend, where she would later be resurrected by the Lich King. And she's on the Wrath of the Lich King login screen, and she's all like, "Rah!" With all of the dragonflights left to ruin, Neltharion retreated to his lair as his body began to crack from the overwhelming sheer power he now possessed.
I see it, low-key.
Magma and fire flowed from his chest, and his eyes burned with flaming red. His goblin and Drogbar slaves crafted him adamantium steel plates and bolted them to his body to stop him from splitting apart from the raw power he now possessed.
I am Deathwing.
Ah, so he turned himself into Deathwing. Okay.
Indomitable. I am the Cataclysm.
Dang, that's where you think they would end the video. Dang. So that's what ended up happening to him. I mean, he said the Cataclysm, roll credits. I mean, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you can't, I mean, okay, well, you can blame the guy, you know, people are dying out here, but like, I can't say I don't understand him. It's hard, it's so hard not to compare this to Elder Scrolls because I don't play this at all. I mean, I don't know anything about this either, so I'm trying to, you know, keep an open mind and experience this firsthand here.
Okay, so for the rest of Deathwing's lore, I'm only going to be focusing on the essentials of his story, because
yeah,
it's a lot. Okay, so after Deathwing's transformation, the Dragon Soul was renamed into the Demon Soul, and Malfurion teleported into his lair and he stole it. Then Illidan and Ajara's army stole it from Malfurion, and they tried to use it to open up a portal for the Burning Legion within the depths of the Well of Eternity. But then the spell was disrupted and reversed, and the portal started to suck up all of the demons out of Azeroth, and the Sundering began, aka the world being split apart. As this is happening, the Demon Soul is falling into the Well of Eternity, but then suddenly Nozdormu from the future appears and grabs the Demon Soul, and he turns to the camera, and he gives a cheeky wink, and then he teleports out of existence. After the Sundering is over and the world is split, future Nozdormu pops back into existence again and gives the 4 other aspects the Demon Soul, and they put a spell on it to prevent Deathwing from using it, and then they hide it deep within the earth under Red Ridge. Meanwhile, after the Sundering, Deathwing returns to his lair to find out his slaves have started an uprising, sparked by a Tauren named Holden High Mountain, so he leaves and takes a long nap inside of Deepholm. Thousands of years pass and the Dark Portal is open, and the orcs are pouring into Azeroth and the First War begins. Deathwing awakes from his slumber and disguises himself as a human noble and a Blackrock orc, and spies on both sides of the war and kinda just hangs out. The orcs win the First War, and during the Second War, Deathwing finds the Demon Soul. Turns out trying to hide it from Deathwing, the aspect of the Earth, by putting it in the Earth is not a good idea. Problem is, Deathwing himself cannot control it because of the ward the aspects placed on the artifact. So Deathwing grants magic convenient visions to Zolthred the Whacked, chieftain of the Dragonmaw Orc clan, and leads him to the Demon Soul. These orcs then kill the red dragons protecting the artifact and claim it as their own, and the orcish warlock Necro Skullcrusher wields it.
Yoink. That joint gonna get yoinked, bro.
You've got mail.
Deathwing sends Necros more magically convenient email dream visions on how to use the Demon Soul, and the orcs use it to enslave Alexstrasza and her red dragonflight. They imprison the Dragon Queen within the abandoned dwarven city called Grimpatol. The Dragonmaw clan then use the red dragons as mounts to fight against the Alliance and force Alexstrasza to make more eggs in her imprisonment. Despite this, the Horde still loses the war, and the majority of the orcs fled back into the Dark Portal, and Deathwing follows them. He strikes a deal with the orcs and offers them some Black Dragon children in exchange for safe passage into Draenor. They agree, and Deathwing flies to Gorgron and has a secret lair with a bunch of Black Dragon eggs. The Gron and the ogres living there did not like their territory being invaded, especially their leader named Gruul. Gruul teams up with Khadgar, Turalyon, and Illyria, who are also on Draenor, and they fight Deathwing, and Gruul impales a bunch of black dragons on spikes around the zones, granting him the title the Dragon Killer.
Oh.
Deathwing said,
"Fuck this shit, I'm out,"
and flew back to Azeroth.
I didn't think he would
another
leave.
fight with mages from Dalaran and faked his own death.
Hold up a second. I just realized the dragons can fly in space. Like they're just good. Like they don't need to breathe. They can just exist in space. At that point, is there only these 2 planets? Why? Like at this point, all these people just want me dead. You know, foiling my plans. I'm just going to a different planet. Take over their planet instead.
By falling into the
Dark
sea.
portal.
Meanwhile, back on Draenor, Ner'zhul opened up a bunch of portals which led to the world being destroyed and turning into the Outlands. The remaining black dragons on Outland were twisted by the magic and turned into nether drakes. Deathwing then infiltrated the Alliance again as a noble named Lord Deval Prestor, but he was pretty sussy to the other nobles and the Kirin mages, and he didn't end up doing much. The 3 remaining aspects, Malygos, Ysera, and Nozdormu, help free Alexstrasza from Grim Patol, and with the help from a human mage named Ronan, he destroys the Demon Soul, which grants all of the other aspects full power once again, and Deathwing fled deep home into hiding again. Classic WoW comes out, and Deathwing's children Onyxia and Nefarian are causing trouble in Azeroth. Onyxia disguises herself as Katrina Prestor.
Hey, what's
and
good,
no one
baby?
bats an eye that she has the same last name as that sussy guy that tried to infiltrate the Alliance beforehand. Nefarian has a lair in Blackrock Mountain, where he's working on experiments to make a dragonflight that can really taste the rainbow, and he's combining all of the dragons together to make the chromatic dragonflight. But both of them are defeated. Random side tangent here. One of Nefarian's creations was a 5-headed dragon called Chromatus. Now, Nefarian died before he could give this abomination life, but later the Twilight cultists empowered it in the book Twilight of the Aspects. Now, Chromatus only makes an appearance in this book and almost single-handedly kills the other aspects and is literally indestructible. Despite this, Chromatus
cool.
is defeated, but he doesn't die. So he was thrown inside of an arcane prison. So perhaps, maybe in the future, we will actually see him in-game. Side tangent over. Onyxia and Nefarian's mother and Deathwing's baby mama is a black dragon named Sinistharia, also known as Sinestra, who hates
Wonderful.
Deathwing and wants to make her own dragonflight. She goes to Outlands, steals some nether dragon eggs, and flies to Grim Patol, and uses the shards from the Demon Soul that I guess were just left on the ground to create the Twilight Dragonflight. But actually, Deathwing planted this idea to make the Twilight Dragonflight in her mind because
I love that thing he does.
right, she is killed by her own experimental children and is later resurrected by Deathwing, and oh my god, this plotline sucks. Thousands of nerds stand outside of game stores midnight December 7th, 2010, and the Cataclysm expansion drops.
For World of Warcraft Cataclysm, let me hear it. Cataclysm! Cataclysm!
Meaning Deathwing has awoken once again. He erupts out of the earth, which tears a rift between Azeroth and the elemental planes, causing natural disasters all around the world. The Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor are revamped, yada yada yada, and Deathwing gets punched in the face by a dwarf. Later in Twilight Highlands, Deathwing gets in an epic fight with Alexstrasza, but it's also an in-game cinematic from over a decade ago with no sound effects whatsoever. So you get this awesome scene, oh wow, where they're rolling down the hill. Oh, wow, that's so epic. Alexstrasza loses the battle, but Deathwing is wounded and flies away. Later in the expansion, the aspects regroup. Kaligos is now the blue dragonflight aspect, and Thrall's in place of the earthen aspect.
Oh my
They decide
god.
that if they are ever going to defeat Deathwing, they are going to need to obtain the Dragon Soul in its purest form. Before they do that, they go to the future to deal with Murozond, like I mentioned earlier in the video. In this hypothetical future, Deathwing became so powerful, his body started ripping apart at the seams, and since the world was fully dominated by the old gods, he was no longer useful to them. So they mind-controlled him and forced him to impale himself on top of the Wimrest Temple, which...
That's
God
messed
damn,
up.
that is badass. Okay,
That's
now with
messed
Murozond
up.
killed, now we can travel back in time to the War of the Ancients, grab the Demon/Dragon Soul, and then travel back to the present time and start the Dragon Soul raid, the last raid in the Cataclysm expansion. Okay, so the actual Dragon Soul raid gets ragged on a lot by the player base by being pretty meh gameplay-wise.
All
but
these
there is
things.
absolutely no denying that Deathwing's death at the end of this raid is the coolest death of any villain ever in the Warcraft universe. So the Dragon Soul is empowered by the aspects, and then Thrall shoots a giant laser beam at Deathwing. And then you get to go on an airship and parachute onto Deathwing's back.
That's pretty
where they
raw.
Rip apart the plates holding him together. And then Thrall shoots another laser beam at him, which makes a giant hole in his chest, and he falls into the maelstrom, a swirling vortex where he originally birthed from and the same place where he first betrayed his friends. And as this giant dragon is clinging on for dear life, fire and magma spewing all over his broken body.
That's a cool design, by the way.
Push him down, and then finally, Deathwing is defeated by Thrall shooting another giant fucking laser beam! With Deathwing defeated, the Aspects had fulfilled their purpose of defending Azeroth, and the powers granted to them by the Titans was fully expended. After the Cataclysm, it was now the Age of Mortals. It was up to the people of Azeroth to defend the planet from future threats. But this does not mean that the Aspects are powerless, but they are mortal now, and are not nearly as powerful as they once were. Even after the Cataclysm expansion, we still see them involved in Azeroth's conflicts, like when they empowered the Heart of Azeroth in Battle for Azeroth. As for the Black Dragonflight, there is an extremely small amount left on Azeroth.
So this takes place before Battle.
And there's an even smaller amount that isn't corrupted by the old gods. Wrathion, the Black Prince, is one of these black dragons who is trying to restore his flight's name.
So he's black, and he's a black dragon, and he's a bad guy. I see you, Blizzard.
It's been so long.
During Black History Month? That's crazy.
That is really everything you need to know about dragons in Warcraft. Of course, there are some smaller details I brushed over, but maybe we can talk about those in another video. And no, wait, we are not done. You know these dragon spawn guys? You want to know the lore behind them? None. Literally none. This is all that's on their Wowpedia page, and they became this way from hanging out with dragons. And what the hell does that even mean? You also got the Draconid, who are half man, half dragons, who are empowered by the flights they serve, but also they became this way just from hanging out with dragons. Again, what does that even mean? You got dragon men. These are humans meshed with dragon spawn. Stone drakes. These are actually...
we know what they meant. I know exactly what they meant.
Elementals and not dragons. Storm
I know
dragons.
what they meant.
These are storm dragons. I don't need to explain them. And you have storm drakes. These are another type of dragon that lives in Stormtime that just also exist and barely relate to anything I've talked about for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah. There was again case. Yes. I apologize. This was a bad data stream for sure. Hopefully it will be better in the next stream later today. Could not really control it. I mean, I might be able to get one more video inside this one. What is he saying? Finally, let's go. Cool. Yeah, dude, sorry. I just got an email about something nice. Let's go. I was actually pretty interested in that. Let's go. Wait, get the part. What are you talking about? I'm glad you guys are still able to talk amongst yourselves and enjoy yourself when I have to randomly go AFK. Because that means you guys won't leave the stream. Okay, let's finish this. Wait, hold up. Let me write myself a note that I got interrupted around here. Wow, lore reaction interrupted at 4-1. Or 120, let's say 23. Let's say 22. I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that. We'll try to get one more in, and then we'll probably sign off for the day. If not, then you said we can't leave or else. That's what I like to see. We staying in line. I might need to do a short one. Realistically, I kind of want the video to hit an hour. so I just, so it'll do well in the algorithm. But yeah, all right.
Time that just also exist and barely relate to anything I've talked about for the last 30 minutes. Okay, that's everything you need to know about dragons.
That's everything we need to know about dragons. Dude, that was pretty cool. Shout out to the voice actors who voiced the characters. That was really cool. I actually really liked that video. I know for the VOD watchers and the live viewers, there was a bit of a situation throughout this reaction, but I genuinely enjoyed that. That was better than I kind of hoped it was going to end up being. So I'm glad that happened. Wait for the credits. Or something happens during the credits. Like does something happen during the credits or something? Don't be trusting music playing by itself just in case it's copyrighted. I don't think something like this would be copyrighted though. I don't think it would be that copyrighted though. And it's ending. Oh, okay, there it is. And that's the end. Oh, I mean, I already saw that. But yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Which one are we gonna watch next? I put up a couple here. This is 21 minutes. The story of the Warcraft universe novel. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably a better one to do because this kind of takes us back. Man, this kind of takes us back. That kind of takes us back. I don't know if like how new this is. This is the origin. I believe this one was sent to me by Momo. Okay. So is this the same video? This is by the same person. So, okay, I think this is different. One is the origins of WoW, and this is the full story of Warcraft. So this I think it is different. I think this is different. Do I really have time? I think I might actually cut it off there. I think what I'm going to have to do is at some point soon, I hope maybe in between these streams when I actually get a free moment, I might actually record a reaction. It's just updated, I guess. Really? Presents the story of Warcraft universe origin. Oh, wait. What's this? Full version. I actually would prefer to watch this. Oh. Only watched 2.0. That's the updated. Okay. So this is just like an old one. Okay. I'm wondering if I actually even have time to do anything else because I'm already cutting it close here. If I watch another one, I'm definitely going to get interrupted in the middle of it. That's just what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to have to go AFK again. Realistically, it just makes more sense to just end it there. Especially because I don't want to watch some short version just because of that, but I am most interested in that one again. Is there another shorter one here?
World of Warcraft.
Overpowered king. The story of Illidan.
This video is brought to you.
That's a big boy right there. 6 days ago, that's a big boy right there. Warcraft's stupidest dragon. Dang. Y'all put some big boys in there. Okay. Well, I might make an executive decision. I might make an executive decision here. New channel announcement. Oh, he's making a Warhammer thing too. Dude, some of these ones I want to watch. One thing I can give Platinum WoW is he's very good at thumbnail making. He's very good at thumbnail making. Shadowlands. That's the one people said they didn't care for. I'm looking for a really short one. Like I'm talking like less than 15 minutes. Warcraft's Smartest Villain Part 1. I kind of feel like I should do Part 1 and 2 at the same time though. Oh, when the videos didn't come out at the same time, but I mean, I can always watch one now and then one later. Like we watch this one and then be like, hey, the last video we watched this one, so let's watch the second part. Character assassinate Arthas a little bit. Dang. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. I mean, that's basically what they did to freaking Luke Skywalker. Arthas did nothing wrong. Oh. What about Warcraft villains everyone forgot about? I'm taking too long. Too long. Could have already finished another one. Yeah, all the ones I got are too long. Too long. Is there like a 15-minute one? Was it this one? This one I'll do. This one I'll do. The aliens that doomed the Warcraft universe. Villains. It's not happening. All right, we'll do this one. This one's also seems kind of long for what I want right now, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay. All right, let's hope I don't get interrupted one more time. Come on. Okay, I believe we have time for one more. And this one is also by Platinum WoW. I wanted to get a novel one in, but I'm actually kind of short on time last minute here. So I apologize for that. But this time we're going to be watching The Aliens That Doomed the Warcraft Universe. And those that know me, I'm all about aliens and space and all that nonsense. So that's already an interesting one. This one was also sent by my moderator V, so shout out to her. In the Discord. So again, join it if you also want me to watch specific videos. But yes, let's begin.
The Aridar are the oldest race in the Warcraft universe.
The who?
The Aridar are the oldest race in the Warcraft universe.
Who?
The Aridar are the oldest race in the
Aridar.
Warcraft universe. They are pretty much immortal, extremely technologically advanced, and magically gifted. They were perfect, except for one catastrophic flaw. An insatiable greed for power.
Yeah, that'll get most people in trouble.
And this greed led them down a dark path and ultimately doomed not only their race, but the entire Warcraft universe into an intergalactic war. I'll explain how that happened, just let me set the scene first. Long ago, the Aridar lived on the planet of Argus. They were an extremely technologically advanced race which used the powers of the arcane and light to develop their society. Among the Aridar, art, science, magic, and technology all work together in a symbiotic relationship. Above all else,
I think it happened already. Wonderful. 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 I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I apologize. I'd like to tell everyone here I'm sorry. And that I apologize for the continued interruptions. It happens, but dang it, I feel like I've spent like at least 30 minutes off screen today. Dang. Well, yeah, this will be the last one. It's probably better that I've got some work to do in between streams now too, so I need to be ready for when that happens. That was a bit more serious. Platinum is more on the funny side. I think Platinum's better for content. Well, I mean, I'll watch either. I don't care that much. Something's wrong with my hair, isn't it? Yeah, it's why are you doing that? Why would they do that? Thanks for joining the Discord server. I appreciate y'all. Okay. They both have the same information across bottom, just delivers it in a shorter, more entertaining way. Yeah. And that's fine. Both kind of exist. Some people might not be able to take it seriously or don't want to hear a bunch of jokes, you know?
Intelligence and discovery was the crux of the Aridar society. The leaders of the knowledge-seeking race were Kil'jaeden and Velen. Both of them ruled the Aridar alongside each other in an alliance called the Second Duumvirate. These two had the biggest bromance in all of Warcraft, as they had the ability to telepathically communicate with each other. Kil'jaeden was known for his intelligence, while Velen was the spiritual leader of the Aridar, who had the ability to see into the future.
That always goes well.
Long ago, a strange curse started to spread across Argus, which diminished the Aridar's memories. The Aridar prided themselves on their intelligence, so there was no curse as devastating as this. Some suggested quarantining these cursed citizens, or even banishing them. But Velen refused to turn his back on his people. With an artifact called Ture, which conveniently fell from the sky sometime prior, Velen called upon its ancient Naru powers to cure his people of this great ailment. You, what is 9 plus 10? 21? Incorrect. May the Naru bless you. The Naru that granted him this artifact are benevolent beings made of pure light that had chosen the Aridar and bestowed them with great artifacts to enhance their magical capabilities. But for some, this power was not enough.
First signs of Fel.
An Aridar sorcerer called Thalkil led an order called the Wakeners. These highly sophisticated magi are the ones responsible for empowering arcane constructs around Argus, among other forms of conjuration. But this power was not enough to satisfy Thalkil's hunger. The sorcerer searched through the great dark beyond for an even greater power. In his pursuit, he was able to hone in on the power of Fel magic and learn to summon demonic creatures from the twisting nether. In hopes of ushering in a new, glorious age for the Aridar, Thalkil displayed his newfound powers to the leaders of Argus.
Here's a small taste of my Fel magic.
What'd he do? Uh-oh. I mean, that was still cool,
Velen
right?
denounced Thalkil's dangerous experiments with such violent powers and forbade him from ever using such magics again. Of course, Thalkil did not do that.
Of course not.
No longer did the sorcerer control the powers of Fel. Now, the addictive powers controlled him. For weeks, Thalkil went mad within his study. The Aridar did not sleep nor eat, and only focused on his pursuit of summoning hordes of demons onto the planet of Argus. Thalkil recruited the help of his fellow Awakeners so that he could assert himself as the new ruler of Argus. Most of, if not all, of his followers assisted in their master's pursuit. All except one.
Who?
Archimonde was one of Thalkil's acolytes, and revealed his dubious plans of demonic takeover to Velen and Kil'jaeden, and promised to put an end to his master's dangerous pursuit. The Magi's betrayal would be a surprising one, as he was one of Thalkil's brightest pupils. The night before the planned demonic takeover, Archimonde led a small group of Magi and put a stop to his master before it was too late.
Hello, are you ready for demonic takeover? Hello, Archimonde?
Oh! Dang, y'all gonna wash that easy?
Eagerly await your agonized screams!
Oh! Oh!
The Legion's will be done!
What?
Nothing you have done here matters, mortal. We are infinite. We are Legion.
Dang.
Archimonde was a champion of his people for the evil he had destroyed, and Kil'jaeden and Velen developed a deep respect for his selflessness. They had so much respect that Archimonde eventually led the Aridar alongside them in an alliance called the Triumvirate. The trio led the Aridar in a practically flawless manner. Kil'jaeden was known for his brilliant genius, Velen his immense wisdom and compassion, and finally, Archimonde and his unwavering drive for greatness. The Awakeners were taken over by a new leader called High Awakener Argon, who delved into the mystery of soul binding and learned how to imbue ancient Aridar souls into mechanical constructs. And it's like, look, dude, if you can turn my grandpa into a giant robot, that's badass. Just don't go summoning demons again, thank you. But meanwhile, Archimonde plotted devilishly in secret. You see, Archimonde did not kill his master because he hated demons. In fact, he was quite fond of the power of Fel magic and craved such immense power for himself.
I bet he did.
Archimonde had his master's skull displayed in his domicile, letting it be a warning for all who would dare follow in Thalkil's footsteps. In truth, he used the power of his master's skull as a conduit to gain an even greater understanding of Fel magic. As the Aridar slept, he would have vivid dreams of entire civilizations being brought to their knees by a glorious army and whispers from a dark god of unimaginable strength.
Behold the power of the Legion.
The Dark Titans deal.
Years passed, and
So
deep within the...
just so I'm caught up on that. The student who helped take down the teacher and became part of, like, you know, the main trio that like lead their race was actually still a baddie bad the whole time. you know, and now it's using his master's skull to kind of basically become even more powerful than his master was. Bro. Yeah. Yeah, don't trust anyone. Not even yourself.
The cosmos, the Dark Titan Sargeras controlled the powerful might of his demonic forces. The problem was, all of these demons were very stupid and lacked the ability to lead themselves, and Sargeras could not direct all of his entire army at once. This is what led Sargeras in having a great interest in the highly intelligent race of the Aridar, who could be used as generals to lead the Legion in their burning crusade. But in order to convince them, he could not do it by force. Instead, he focused on deception and appeared to the Triumvirate in the form of a radiant, elegant being promising unimaginable power.
Swear loyalty to me. Pledge the hearts of your people to my cause.
Say no more, mysterious god. I pledge myself to you. Oh, you're not done speaking yet? Okay.
I will transform you, granting you knowledge beyond imagining and might beyond measure. Together we will become Legion and defeat the hungering void that would consume us all.
Don't they remember what the other dude was?
The answer is obvious. We don't question anything that random god just said and pledge our loyalty. What do you say?
It is little enough to ask for what he offers us.
I had hoped the others would sense the darkness behind Sargeras' words, but they were blinded by their vanity, their hunger for power. The Atamal crystal soon showed me the horrible truth of what would come to pass if we accepted the Titan's offer. We would be transformed, not into wise leaders, but into hateful monsters.
The Atamal crystal was an ancient relic that Naru gave the Aridar a long time ago, and told Velen of the horrors to come if the Aridar accepted Sargeras' gift. Velen tried to warn the others of this obvious trap they were walking into, but they didn't really care. They just wanted to be powerful. The Naru Kure told Velen, "Yo, dude, you need to get the fuck out of here." And that he needed to gather as many followers as possible, and the Naru would help them escape. So, Velen rallied his people that only consisted of Aridar in the hundreds, only hundreds, on the entire planet of Argus. The rest of the Aridar either willingly accepted the power of Fel, or the power was just forced upon them. One of the Aridar that accepted Sargeras' power was a sorcerer named Talgath. Talgath was a close friend of Velen, who was supposed to help rescue the Prophet's family. Instead, Talgath betrayed him and transformed Velen's son into a weapon of the Legion. So with a heavy heart, Velen and his people quickly gathered to flee the world of Argus, which now fell into the hands of corruption.
I will hunt you across the stars, traitor! Even if it takes 1,000 years!
The refugees flew away on a Naru spaceship called the Genidar. The Atamal crystal that Velen had was destroyed and turned into... Look, I can't even make this sound cool. They turned into the Chaos Emeralds from Sonic. No, I'm not kidding. The Atamal crystal blew up into 7 crystals, all different colors of the rainbow, and they're extremely powerful.
Hey, let's not disrespect freaking Sonic, bro. I'm telling you right now, Sonic with them Chaos Emeralds is probably one of the most powerful fictional characters. I'm legit not kidding. I'm like, if you read the comics, bro, I'm legit not kidding.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
The fleeing Aridar renamed themselves into the Draenei, which means the exiled ones in their own tongue. Their corrupted kin back on Argus were called the Minari Aridar. The word Minari means something horrifically wrong, something twisted and unnatural and defiled. For an undisclosed amount of time, the Genidar flew through the cosmos, visiting dozens of planets and hiding from the wrath of the Legion. At some point in time, the Genidar split into 2 different ships. One continued to be called the Genidar, and the other was the Xenidar. The Draenei on the Xenadar are the Draenei who would eventually become the Lightforged Draenei, who are just Draenei, but cooler and imbued with the powers of the light. I would go into more detail about their lore, but really it's just, they fight demons, the end. Kil'jaeden and Archimonde were transformed into the most powerful generals in all of the Legion. Archimonde was tasked with being Sargeras' military commander, and by his will, numerous worlds fell to the might of the Legion. The Overlord still used the power of his previous master's skull as an incredibly effective weapon against his enemies. Kil'jaeden was tasked with seeking out other races within the Great Dark Beyond to corrupt. The most notable victims he recruited into the Legion were the vampiric race of the Nathrezim and the mighty Pit Lords. Another way the Legion was able to bolster their ranks is through demonic warping of the Aridar. This includes creatures like Wrathguards, Aridar Brutes, Doom Maidens, and the most horrific creature of all, the Urzul, which are created by combining multiple tormented bodies and souls of the Aridar into these warped, hellish creatures. Argus was transformed into a barren, fel-infused wasteland, and Sargeras ordered the construction of a temple of darkness built into the planet's core, and the world would serve as the army's base of operations in their burning crusade to destroy all life in the universe. With the Minari Aridar corrupted and driving the overwhelming might of the Legion, they became an unstoppable force in the Warcraft universe, and a good majority of all of the bad stuff that happens in the universe afterwards leads back to them. Corrupting the orcs and destroying Draenor? Legion's fault. The sundering of the world? The Legion's fault. The creation of the Lich King? Legion's fault. The destruction of the World Tree? Legion's fault. Bots in Classic WoW? Legion's fault. The ad in this video right now? Legion's fault. The giant sword in Azeroth? Well, that happened after the Legion was defeated, but still, Legion's fault. And yes, the Legion was eventually defeated in the Legion expansion, but their catastrophic events on the universe still have effects on Azeroth to this day, and who's to say they won't return again? And do you know who we have to blame for all this? The Aridar. You know, if they just chilled out for a second and considered the consequences of accepting Sargeras' gift and listened to what Velen had to say, we would not be in this mess. So thanks, guys. No, but seriously, thank you, because the Legion is one of the coolest things in World of Warcraft, and I'm gonna join them. In Sargeras' name, I pledge my soul to you. Also, like and subscribe. I'm flying away.
Oh, that's another good WoW video, man. That's another very good one. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think this one was interesting too because it felt, again, while it's completely not disconnected from the overall main story of WoW, it felt the origins of this, of the Legion stuff, all, it's more disconnected than other stories. So because of their origin, knowing their origin leads to basically everything, that dang near happens in WoW, in Warcraft. It just makes things an overall more enjoyable experience. I also just liked getting off of Draenor, getting off Azeroth, and just seeing a completely different planet about something that I just didn't really have any knowledge really about. And I liked that a lot. That was genuinely a good one. I enjoyed this more than the first video, honestly. The dragons were interesting and stuff like that too, especially finding out what they can do and what each of their individual jobs were and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Wait until you hear the story of the jailer. You're going to feel the complete opposite for the same reasons. Dang, that kind of scared now. But if you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, hit the like button for your boy. It lets me know that you want more WoW videos like this one, and subscribing will keep you notified for when I go live with more, when new videos come out, and it'll help us reach our goal of 50,000 subscribers by the time summer ends. I'm really trying to get back into WoW. Honestly, again, recommend me some more. I know I was kind of short on time today, but there's a ton that you guys have already sent me that's got me, really in that itch. Like, dude, like some of these, I'm looking at the titles and the thumbnails, like, dude, this looks heavy. I'm really enjoying that. But thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're even here this late in the video, thank you all so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce. Remember, everyone, to play some games, have some fun, and enjoy your video. Enjoy your video in the video, KingdomAce, bro. It's been a day. Man, I'm messing up the outros, dude. That's crazy. Dang, man. Dang, man. Just thank us each by name. I was thinking like maybe next month or something, really, if like we really start taking Patreon seriously, and then we do some kind of like a credits thing at the end where I thank people for becoming a patron, and I'll just list out people's names and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. Being to work, sorry, it's been a day. Well, sometimes I can't avoid some things. Sorry to everybody who had this be their first KingdomAce stream. You just got a bunch of me going AFK, and my vibe started progressively lowering. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely do think it affected the video that we just recorded, though. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it didn't. I feel like I was much more not lowly, but I was different, not gonna lie. So I apologize for that. Just kind of can't avoid it sometimes. I'm not the best at just bouncing back from something, though. But not that I harp on things for long. Genuinely, like, even if I was like blisteringly mad in like 20 minutes, but like, because we're in the like making content, we're in streamer mode and video mode. Sometimes like if something happens right in the middle of that, it'll take a few minutes for me to get back. No worries, this is my first stream and I'll be back. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys' kind words. Tonight, I'm sure will be much better. Like, the family I live with and everything are a lot more daytime oriented. So as soon as it becomes moderately dark, like basically after 7:30, most people are either doing their own thing or already asleep. So it's like, I don't really have to worry about that as much. We still have Skyrim later. It's going to be fun. I also kind of got annoyed a little bit too, because a comment I saw. I don't usually let comments bother me, but I saw one that made me just kind of feel so baffled. You know, I saw, actually, let me read the comment. I won't say what video it's on. Where was it? I saw it. It was on my phone. Yeah, it was. I have no idea where it was anyway. I guess I shouldn't be too upset about it if I literally can't even find the comment anymore. I can't even find the comment anymore. But yeah, some people were basically like, I'm just gonna unsubscribe. He's not uploading what I want anymore. You know, it's just like, it's not fast. You know, I don't care about WoW. I just want Skyrim. And I also saw the opposite. Like, I'm gonna unsubscribe because, you know, I'm tired of all these notifications for Skyrim when I only want WoW. You know, and it's just like, bro, I can't please everybody, bro. Again, I know literally every YouTuber goes through that, but you can't please everybody. You literally just can't. And I'm not even trying to. I'm just trying to make whatever content I do make, you know, to do well. But we've definitely gone off the rails these last 2 weeks. Persona 3 Reload, Persona 3 Reload coming out definitely messed with my productivity a little bit. Going back to WoW also changed things a bit, because realistically, you haven't had a Skyrim episode in like 5 days, almost 6 days. So like realistically, we're pretty behind. I can actually go and check. What was the last Skyrim? The last Skyrim video was episode 12. And we already have up to, what is it? What is this? Open this video. What is it? What is this? Oh, that's literally the video I just recorded. We have 13, 14, 15, and 16. Literally just for the VOD watchers and the video VOD watchers and the stream viewers, letting you guys know this. The episode that needs to come out next is the episode where we caught Odaving, or whatever his name was. Remember when that happened a while back? That video is still not out yet. Genuinely, I'm behind, and honestly, I'm pretty sure I know why. I think I'm honestly recording too much. I mean, I already kind of came to that conclusion, which is why, if you've noticed, the last few stream days have been 2 different things. And realistically, that's how it's going to be for a bit, you know, like it would probably be a Mass Effect and Witcher, or Mass Effect, Witcher, you know. I think realistically, I'd be caught up if I uploaded every day. But realistically, I think long video every day releases is an easy way to burn out your audience. That might not even actually be a thing. There might be a ton of people who'd be really happy, you know, to see Skyrim episodes every day. But at the same time, it's hard to edit and render videos, multiple videos at that, while also trying to stream, you know? And I know I kind of put this on myself, because remember back then when I said I was going to start doing double days, you know, and everything. I still want to do that because I don't feel like I've run myself ragged. I may have slightly more bags under my eyes, but I've been sleeping fine. I just need to stop staying up so late, because realistically, I don't need to stay up as late as I am. Like literally last night, I'm not going to lie, I forgot to schedule the streams for today. And I'm like, finally, it's bedtime. I just said, you know, I'm just going to play Persona 3 Reload for like 4 hours. And I did. I literally did that. But I should have just scheduled the streams before doing that. So now I'm up at 1 a.m. trying to scramble to make some thumbnails and schedule the streams and stuff. But that's literally just my fault. That's my own fault. It literally just is. We did like a whole month of Skyrim, man. People are just ungrateful. It's honestly the same on both sides, man. Like genuinely, like I did an entire month of WoW stuff, and I was super consistent. I was so consistent that I was streaming all the time and getting videos out. Not only that, I left before Christmas in December, yet I still put out videos like every other day or something throughout the entire holidays till I got back in America, you know, like legit. And I get, you know, at this point, I'm sure WoW fans are probably feeling a little starved. I still did take a month off of WoW, you know, but to be fair, Skyrim fans also had to deal with that, you know. Before then, I didn't upload, like before this year when I got back in January, Skyrim people didn't have anything since November, you know, so. But again, that is just my fault. I'm putting viewers in a situation to where they just can't be happy, you know, because why do I have to do a month of this and a month of that? That I should never put you guys in a situation like that. Realistically, a professional creator would be doing a balancing act of both, you know, that way, like when I do Witcher 3 and Mass Effect, you really want me to start Mass Effect first and then make you guys wait another month after Skyrim's already over to do with The Witcher 3? No, that's dumb. Why would I do that? And that's literally what I did with WoW and Skyrim. That's bad, which is why I've been trying to remedy that. Every day isn't going to be your day. You're definitely right. I appreciate that. Lulu and Kiana. Most people are cringe, just weird people. Some people are, man. I'm not going to lie. Negative stuff makes a bigger impact than positive for whatever reason. It does. But I mean, when you have like a lot of people saying nice things to you, it does help a lot. You should stream what you want, man. Realistically, as a creator, this being my full-time job, I wish that were true. You know, when I get big enough, then that'll be better. You know, that will become more true for my situation. If I really wanted to stream what I'd do, I'd boot up Trails of Cold Steel 4 and just be playing through that story, you know, and getting viewers and making money off of that. That's not what's going to happen realistically. There are 9 games, dang near 9 games before that, you know, that has vital story. If you ever play something like Kingdom Hearts or even watch something like Harry Potter, you know that you can't just jump into like the latest movie or something like that because it's not going to explain a lot of stuff that came before it. So yeah, that's basically what doing that is like. It is my channel, but my job is to entertain you all. That like this channel ain't just about me, unfortunately. I mean, I like the content being centered around you guys though. I genuinely do enjoy making content for other people. Like, yeah, I want to, a big part of me, you know, why the content is good, is probably because I genuinely enjoy what I'm doing. And I do put my foot down sometimes. Like, again, I should have done Fallout New Vegas realistically. There's no other way to put it. I really just should have done it if I really cared about the growth of the channel. But like, screw it, man. I want to play Mass Effect, bro. I want to shoot stuff in game. In game. I want to shoot stuff in game, not in real life. And shoot like, yeah. And again, Mass Effect just appeals to me because again, I'm into shooters, especially third-person shooters as well. Story-based third-person shooters. I'm into that. I love space. Like, again, a lot of the No Man's Sky fans probably know this because I've gone on and on about it during those videos. But I'm huge into space and aliens, you know, even politics, you know, around that. Everything you can do with some kind of space fantasy. I love that, man. I genuinely adore that kind of thing. So that's why Mass Effect is like the thing I want to play the most. And realistically, it'll come out before The Witcher 3. But who knows? How about that a content creator makes videos on various things? I mean, that's the goal, realistically. I never want to be somebody who feels like they have to do one thing. I can't stand that. I genuinely never want to do that. I never want to be somebody has to be this guy. You know, when I was doing TF2 stuff, people would be genuinely angry every time I did something else, which wasn't even often, but that's kind of why I had like multiple months of just TF2 stuff back to back, why I uploaded every day. You know, I was literally doing everyday videos. I mean, it's easier to do everyday videos if you're just doing reactions. It's not gameplay, but still. I'm not really big on the Skyrim content, if I'm being honest, more so WoW stuff, but I like the channel enough to be there to support it and not act like a weirdo. Yeah, I mean, you've definitely proven that, so I do appreciate that. You know, like genuinely, you're basically there no matter what I'm streaming. Like, again, I could tell you probably didn't care what the freak persona was, but you still showed up for that stream, so it's like, I appreciate that. That's basic. V is basically the goal I'm trying to have for basically everybody. It's my job to make everybody like her. You know, I want everybody to show up to everything. Everything. You need to be at attention. You know, that's basically the goal of every content creator. You know, like most people don't really care what Markiplier is going to play these days, as long as he's uploading. People are ready for it, you know, and that's the goal to have. They can static. You're right. You don't enjoy something and just do it for people's is bad. Don't listen to those people. You're right. Come on, that person just cringe. If somebody doesn't like your content, they can leave. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube. There's a creator for everyone. Don't let it get you down too much. I definitely had to like respond like that before. I was just like, man, I'm gonna be honest. I just don't think my channel's for you, man. Like, no matter what, it seems like you're just making complaints that literally nobody else is, you know, and I don't want to change the content to appeal to one person, you know. Realistically, if the majority of people seem to be enjoying what I'm doing, I'm not going to stop this for something else just because that's what you want. You know, I'm sure there's another content creator that's better than me doing exactly what you want right now. So, you know, maybe I'll get around to doing what you want me to do. But realistically, if I do something that I don't want to do on my channel right now, everybody's going to be able to tell. I genuinely am bad at hiding that kind of thing. I'm very bad at hiding that because I don't like not being genuine. I can try, like I'll try to get interested in something. So maybe that first part of the video might be fine, but as the video goes on, you can tell like, yeah, this is not grabbing me. It's not grabbing me. Honestly, you might have even been able to tell that in the first Skyrim video, because I was ready to play Skyrim, but at the same time, again, I still probably wanted to play The Witcher 3 more, but I still went and played Skyrim, and I'm glad I did, because no one can tell me I did not have fun playing Skyrim. Nobody can tell me that. You're going to watch these videos and see all this debauchery happen and act like I wasn't having the time of my life. You're freaking high, bro. Yeah, I don't want to get burnt out on one thing, man. That, like, literally, I'm burning myself out by doing one thing for a super long period of time. Realistically, I'm throwing WoW stuff in here and now, right now, just because, well, WoW is fun to react to. But if I ask myself, why haven't I started The Witcher 3 or Mass Effect yet? I wouldn't really have an answer. I have this weird mindset of old head YouTube to where everything has to be synergized with each other. Like, don't start a new playthrough if they're not starting around the same time. Like Mass Effect and The Witcher 3 have to start at the same time. You know, like old head YouTube is still in my head that way. And I think other people feel the same way, but there is zero reason just because I'm on part 16 of this playthrough that I can't just start another one too, that we're just going between the two games. Well, why not? Why can't I do that? You know? And realistically, that might even help the channel if I did it that way. So like low key doing WoW, again, WoW is something that it can just always be on the channel, you know? Like, while I enjoy playing WoW, I also just love, I understand that watching someone react to lore to WoW and the story of WoW is just more appealing than watching someone play it, you know? Like, again, if I play WoW, it'll probably just be for streams from now on. Basically what I was doing before, except there's no video versions anymore. You know, like realistically, that just makes more sense to me. If somebody wants timestamps, there'll be timestamps, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, that would be the same thing with Final Fantasy 14 as well. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule. Like if there wasn't an MMO exception, it probably would be Final Fantasy 14. Just because I'm already heavily into it. And I don't need to watch a bunch of lore videos for Final Fantasy 14, despite not doing 90% of the raids and not being caught up in the story. But again, 14 is different than WoW because it's very linear compared to WoW. You know, there's only one starting point. Everybody who plays the game has to start at the exact same point. And the only way to get to the new stuff is to go through everything. That's the only way, you know? And there is not a whole bunch of different books and everything like that happened 20 years ago that lead to it. You can only technically say like the void became a thing in Final Fantasy V, and technically Final Fantasy V is a branching off point of all the other universes, but that is not vital to the story of 14 whatsoever. You know, that's just a thing Square Enix decided, yeah, let's just go with that. Some people just obsess over one game and don't like anything else. Oh my gosh, Dimos, you have no freaking idea, bro. As a YouTuber, who gets into things, the people I surround myself with in my comment section are always people who are just obsessed with things, you know, Skyrim fans that are just obsessed with Skyrim. So they either have to constantly spoil things, tell you you're doing something wrong, or want you to do things this way or that way, you know, and again, I'm not complaining. I appreciate any kind of supporter, even if they're toxic. I do appreciate you giving a view on the video, you know, but, you know, even then, someone can only take so much. I'll watch you, whatever you upload. I don't care. I appreciate that. Thank you. The people who do stick around are the ones that matter. You're spitting, Lulu. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all dearly. Let the man cook. I'm here for the streamer, not the content. I appreciate y'all so much. I don't know if they realize you edit your own stuff. I mean, maybe not, but I mean, I'm not even that big of a creator. I mean, like, when do they I think it's the misconception that YouTubers are all like multimillionaires and stuff like that. Homie, I shop at Walmart, bro. I get the Great Value brand, bro. I get the Great Value brand, bro. If I'm going to Burger King, I get the app, bro, to give me the freaking coupon. Bro, I don't know what people are thinking, but being genuine is the best way. Stick to what you like, for real. People so used to instant gratification. In a perfect world, man. In a perfect world. Give yourself some credit for the community you've already building. I never heard of a lot of the games you mentioned, but I'm getting put on. Just play what you want and when you want to play it. Yo, Kiana, you're buttering me up too much. You don't give me that much power, because I'm about to put y'all on something you've never heard another human being talk about. Sometimes I used to hate that about myself. I'm like, why do I gotta be the guy that's interested in things nobody cares about? like why is trails my favorite thing, you know? And granted, some of these things are really popular. They're just popular within certain spheres. Like Trails still sells millions of copies, you know, and Xenoblade still sells millions of copies. You know, it gets nominated for Game of the Year awards and stuff like that. You know, but like realistically, if I asked you what Trails from Zero is or Trails in the Sky SC is, most people probably would not know what the freak I'm talking about. Or if I asked you guys, have you played East 8 Lacrimosa of Donna, y'all will not know what the freak I'm talking about. But then, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe that's my job. It's funny because one of my favorite YouTubers, Nitro Rad, that's his whole channel. It's just about him putting people onto stuff that nobody's ever heard about. You know, he reviews games and platformers or indie games that nobody's ever heard about and stuff like that. And yeah, that does work when you're, you know, bigger channel. But again, realistically, I also don't get it twisted. Just because there's 40 people in a stream telling me this does not mean that the 35,000 other people feel the way y'all feel, you know? And that's something every creator has to come to accept. You're not going to be everybody's biggest fan. You know, people will like you, but that doesn't mean they'll just watch anything you upload. I don't do that for every YouTuber, and I'm sure you guys don't either. You know, there are some people you just watch when they upload something you're interested in. You know, you're not a huge fan of every single person you're subscribed to. You know, maybe you are, but again, most people probably aren't like that. You know, and that's okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But a creator's brain needs to always be wired to be making content for people to enjoy. You know, like part of the reason I stopped uploading reviews, because those that don't know the KingdomAce lore, reviews are basically the passion I really have, and would one day love to go back to doing that. Because that was my way of putting people on. You know, it's just like, dude, like I just played this game, man. I got to talk about it, bro. Like that simple idea is just what I freaking love to do. Video reviews is basically all I freaking watch. I watch reactions too, but video reviews is like my jam, bro. I do that and just love hearing people talk about a game they just played, man, and why everybody else needs to play it. You know, not a lot of my friends are really interested in any of my recommendations. It's pretty rare for a friend to really play something I recommend, you know, or even watch something I recommend. I have one friend who is more willing to do it, and he did do it recently and really enjoyed it, but it's pretty rare for it to happen. That's kind of why I wanted to do reviews in the first place. You know, it's like, dang, well, if I don't really have anybody to talk about with this and nobody wants to get put on, then maybe I'll just do it for viewers and find people who do. But new member, I missed it. What the freak? Benz, thanks so much for becoming a new member. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know how to shut the freak up, bro. You guys know how. Maybe I should put my headphones on. Actually, let me just put the volume up loud so I can hear it happen. I guess we can go back to face. I thought I was gonna end stream 31 minutes ago, but now that now that I've been talking this entire time, I haven't gotten interrupted though. So I assume we're good. Thank you though, I appreciate that. The WoW community itself is split between retail and classic, and it's pretty rowdy. Yes, it does. As someone that's part of it, the WoW community is pretty awful. I mean, every community has the awful side. I found you through your Skyrim videos, and I enjoy watching you play them. I don't really even like Skyrim. But then I saw you posted WoW and doing voiceovers, and I thought it was dope. I like your videos, and I'll be staying. Thanks, Tandari, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I'm glad people seem to like me, like voice acting a lot of the WoW stuff. I didn't think people was gonna care like that. But I like getting into the characters and stuff. I love voice acting in games, of course, but at the same time, I love doing the voice acting for them too. You know, I find it very neat to, you know, have the dialogue come on screen and it's not voiced. So I just go and voice act over it. It would be weird if you play a game when you want to play something else. Would. Let me make a thumbnail image. I'll put your face on a gray beard in front of Alduin. Let me cheese. Validation when you need it most is nice. Yeah, y'all definitely got your boy feeling way better now. What I do if I'm craving some WoW content is just go between different creators. I'm not going to drag a creator for not putting out the content I want immediately when I want it. That's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, realistically, like, I'm into indie games. I don't know if I've said that on screen a lot, but I'm pretty heavy into indie games. And if I saw this game, I'm just like, dude, I want to see Cub Scouts play this, or I want to see Corey Kenshin play it. But Corey Kenshin's on another 9-month hiatus. It's like, I'm not going to go into Corey's latest video comments and say, you know, Corey's, you know, abandoning his fans. He needs to upload this or whatever. Or, you know, maybe Cub Scouts is playing every other indie game on the planet except for the one I want him to play. You know, I'm not going to get on him for not doing that, bro. What the freak, bro? But not everybody thinks like that. You get the biggest following just being yourself playing games. Your brand is you, for real. My brand is honestly just me putting myself in front of other people. But at the same time, in order to capture people, because again, you guys are only here because I did something you guys were interested in. You know, you probably wouldn't have found this channel if I didn't, you know, and realistically, that's just how it is. You know, even if a game's super niche, you're just going to find the niche audience for it, you know. It's not just about being entertainment. It's the content you create becomes the extension of yourself aside from the audience. Unless you don't actually care about what you're doing, but you do. I do enjoy what I do a lot. Genuinely, again, realistically, I should be happy because when I started YouTube, this is what I did. When I started YouTube back in high school, when my voice wasn't the same, okay, I'm not going to sit around here and act like my voice was always on the deeper side. It obviously sounds different, but it was always deep, you know, like it was like, I remember when my mom was just telling me the other day that like when I first started talking and stuff like that, my other family were surprised at how deep my voice was as a little kid. You know, I mean, obviously it's perspective. I didn't sound like freaking Johnny Young Bosch as a kid, but you know, for a kid, it was a deep voice. And so I never really had a squeaker side that, you know, I didn't have a squeaker time like other people might have. But back during that time, it was super low quality. Me pointing my iPod Touch at the TV. Like we had this music note stand, you know, like where you like when musicians play music, they have the music stand for the book and stuff. I would literally put the iPod Touch on that and turn it around so the camera is facing the TV screen, the CRT screen, because I legit did not get an HD TV till high school. Yeah. But and, I mean, high school was a long time ago at this point. But still, that's how. And I was playing through Majora's Mask, man. Majora's Mask. I did a lot of playthroughs back there. I would put the iPod Touch on my desk and make it like half off the desk, you know, with the camera pointing down to the ground, and record my 3DS that way. That's how I recorded my first video. It's crazy. And again, I wasn't KingdomAce back then. I was Walkthrough Guy 15. You can guess how old I was. But yeah, that's how that was. Man. Oh, man. You're going to love Mass Effect then. Oh, I know it. Even being able to talk to chat here is nice. Even when you have no idea what's going on. Y'all are fun as free. Dude, I just love doing the just chatting. We don't do enough just chatting streams where it's like, nah, screw it. Let's just talk today. Because I'm gonna be real, I don't know how to market a just chatting stream. I mean, you guys might come if I do that, but I'd also like new people to come into. Like my goal is also to have as many new people as possible come into a stream, you know? And most people who have me in their algorithm or even have seen some videos of mine will likely come in because they saw content of mine already. So they might not be as willing to come into a just chatting stream, but maybe I might just say screw it and just do some just chatting streams at some point. We just talk for like 2 hours. He's the benchmark. Yeah, I'm super behind on chat, by the way. I know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll react to Elder Scrolls lore if that's what people are interested in. Being intentional with timing isn't a bad thing. Just can't let it stop you. The balancing act is real. Bro, can we like applaud Kiana for being like the GOAT? Like you sounding like a sage right now, for real. What's up, Jan? Thank you, Benz. Now, if I was rich, I'd still buy great value. The chips are a steal. Facts, bro. Backyard garden, save money. I would love to have a backyard garden. You know, even 1% of the globe is 70 million people, right? So appealing to most people, a pretty debatable thing to do, in my opinion. Yeah, I think I just have content brain. I think it's been warped to a certain perspective for so long now. It's hard to break the mold, especially when I'm surrounded by other creator friends, because most of my friends in my friend group, I keep my friend groups extremely small, but most of us are content creators in some capacity, whether it's streamers or YouTubers, we all do it. And our perspectives are usually the same, but I feel they've begun to change slightly. I feel like a lot of what I've said in here, my friends would agree with, but they would agree asterisk, you know? They're not the same kind of creators to me. Basically, all of my friends are discussion channels. The same thing that I was. After I became a Let's Player, I switched to, in 2018, I switched to becoming, or 2019, I switched to becoming a discussion channel, a lore discussion theory channel, basically. That mostly revolved around JRPGs like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. Primarily Kingdom Hearts. I can't do discussion videos anymore, bro. I'm sorry. Discussion videos, I hate feeling like I have to upload discussions about something who cares about. I'm a fan of many things, yes. But why the freak do I gotta think up some random topic about Kingdom Hearts just to get paid today? Like, that sounds stupid. But dude, again, that was a huge thing to me. Like, just having to come up with some random thing to talk about today was so freaking boring, man. I didn't want to do that. You know, I would have loved to talk about a bunch of other things, but I was scared about not getting views or not growing. I mean, again, before this year, I guess this past year, before I did those Genshin reactions and decided to become a reactionary, I call myself a reaction-oriented channel, mostly just because I'm reacting to things video-wise, but when I'm playing something, I'm also doing it for the reaction. Like most people are coming onto the Skyrim videos because I haven't played it before. Imagine this Skyrim series if I had played it before. It wouldn't be the same at all. Almost all the charm that made you like it would be gone, so people are there for the reaction. That's why I consider myself more of a reaction-oriented channel, not like a reaction video channel. Yeah, I watched a few Platinum WoW videos. They were very good. I enjoyed it. You're good. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, your voice fire. Thanks, I appreciate that. It kind of still sounds off today because I was a little stuffy, I guess. I slept with the window open, so it was just like, and it got kind of cold last night. I mean, Florida cold, like 50. Walk through guy 15, stop it. Don't even try to look them up. Those videos have been torched. I mean, they still exist. They're just privated. I mean, actually, on stream, we can go and look at, oh, hold up. I don't know. That might be too much power for you guys. But part of me wants to go back to the original videos. Actually, if I go on my regular channel, because it's me, am I able to see my oldest stuff? No, I can't. Okay, I'd have to go into my own thing here and actually see it myself. Date. Change that. Oh my gosh, bro. You guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. Hold up, bro. Freaking close this. Hold up. Y'all are about to see something here. Bro. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't believe this. The Kid Icarus Let's Play Part 1 got freaking removed from YouTube terms and policy. I don't understand it for inappropriate content. Bro, y'all know I don't even swear. I don't know what they're talking about here. That joint is gone. That joint YouTube, I think it was because back then YouTube didn't like people Nintendo didn't like people reacting to their stuff. Also, excessive flattery is yucky. I'm just being honest. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all keeping it real with me. Bro, we're about to watch my newest video, bro. My oldest video. Oh my gosh, man. Channel content here. Bro, hold up. Bro. We might have to look at the freaking oldest video. Here. I'm so scared to look at this video. I don't know how to hear my own voice. Oh my gosh. Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance Rensler fight. Oh no. Oh no. And it was 6 minutes long. I think my dad came in during this part.
Hey guys, this is WG15 and I'm going to make a video of defeating Rensler. Don't ask me why it's Rensler. I mean, I just like Rensler because I like the movie Tron Legacy.
The stutter, dude, no way. No freaking way, bro. No way. I don't know if I got it in me, bro. Yeah, I don't know if I got it in me, bro.
But yeah, we're gonna battle Rensler.
Oh my gosh, dude. What the freak? Ow, it's so crunchy. Oh, this is some beautiful high quality.
Cool in Tron's world.
Yeah, bro, that looks so cool. Ow, man.
The best way to defeat Renzler is just to block and then use your counter rush.
It's funny because the base is still there, but you can tell the way I talk was completely different now. You know, like I sound like a kid here. Like I talk, bro. It's not even phone quality, bro. Like the iPhone freaking 4 wasn't out yet. I don't think. Like this is iPod Touch quality, bro. Bro, I can't even hold this thing straight, bro. Because again, for context, I'm playing this in my lap like this, but it's below. It's like low down. I'm playing it at the desk, and my iPod is hanging off the edge. So when I first did this, I had to go into YouTube's editor, and I don't even think you can do this in the editor anymore, but I had to turn the footage upside down, like right side up, because it was recording upside down, and I didn't even realize that originally. I didn't even think about it. Bro, it's spamming, bro. That fight is raw. I'm not even gonna act like that. This fight isn't really cool. Maybe one day we'll stream through the Kingdom Hearts games. Also, I'm gonna be real. When Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, I'm streaming that. I don't care what series I've got going on. I'm stopping everything for Kingdom Hearts 4. Everything. Everything. Okay, we can skip a little bit.
Oops.
Heal, bro.
Ooh, that was embarrassing. Jordan, you should know better than to lose.
Jordan, you should know. I said my own name in the first video.
Ooh, that was embarrassing. Jordan, you should know better than to lose.
There's no way this is me, bro. There's no way that is literally me. That's not me. That can't be me.
That is embarrassing. I am so sorry, all you internet people that just linger on YouTube. Don't worry, I linger on YouTube too.
This is not me. There's literally no way. There's no way. I'm in denial.
Other people are just think they're too cool for YouTube. YouTube is beast.
Beast, bro.
Haters always gonna hate.
10 years ago, 2013, man. The fact that there's 18 comments, though, most of them are just friends making fun of me, though.
Gravity. Okay, just because you can control gravity.
Please stop talking.
Come on. Come on.
Wait, what'd he say?
The ultimate come on. Boss of this game named Julius. And I've done it for both Riku and Sora. So I have both. So don't take that loss as me being
I can't take it anymore. Hero Jordan, yeah. Dang. Well, Jordan ended up becoming a decently successful guy, so there's no need to worry. I would have loved to show that one. I guess I could show this one. Oh, I did Dream of Distance Part 1. No way. Hold up. Is this the one like where I did it with my cousins? Like, or was this by myself? Oh. No way. No, the freaking way. Bro, oh my gosh, dude. No freaking way, man. No, not New Super Mario Bros. Wii, bro. There's no way.
G15 here, and I'm gonna start another new walkthrough today. This is my third walkthrough. All right, we're gonna do New Super Mario Brothers Wii. I know what you all are probably thinking. Oh, why are you doing New Super Mario Brothers Wii when New Super Mario Brothers U is out? And I'm like, well, this is just the level I'm at. Get on my level.
Oh man. Oh man. KingdomAce, Jordan. What? What? Why? Why would you say that? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you? Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you do? Why would you do that? Why would you say that?
No. Don't hate. Appreciate.
Bro, you can see me in the background, bro. You can see me in the blinds in the background. The music stand that I told you about. You see that? The music stand right there. No freaking way, bro. Oh man.
Haters always gonna hate.
Okay, stop it.
On me. On the world gamer, they're always going to hate on me. Oh, so much hate.
I don't know if I can handle much more. It's pretty bad. It's pretty freaking bad right now. It's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Oh, I forgot to delete the thing. Alright. Oh, and I know you're seeing all these just World 3. No, I've beaten this game before. Gotten halfway through World 9. Alright. I hate World 1 and World 2. I hate both of them.
Yeah.
Today is Princess with the cake, but the cake only took in Peach. Stop! That's funny. You know who's good in a Mario suit and is a good Mario actor? Rich Alvarez. You guys should pay his channel a visit. It's really good.
You should.
He did this web show called Stupid Mario Brothers. Yeah, that was really good. And now he's doing that stupid video game show. It's really good.
I agree. I still agree with that. We're at a loss for words. I can hear my mother talking in the background.
3.
Bro. Oh, man.
Yeah, Goombas.
I want to be this confident in myself again.
Mario.
I want to be this confident in
Mario
myself
game I
again.
played was New Super Mario Brothers 2, so I'm trying to get all the coins. I made it a habit. In this walkthrough, I think I might try to get all the star coins. We'll see. If I get all the ones in this level for the next few levels in this part, I'll probably get all the star coins in the game.
Or he was trying to. He's gonna give up. He's gonna give up.
Oh. Ah.
This is ultra wholesome. No, it's not. It's ultra painful.
These coins are good for our health.
Mm.
Ooh, more.
Stop it.
Alright. That would be the second Yoshi, if you lost him. Alright.
Hold up. Oh, man. Yoshi run here. You don't get him from that? Oh, you get him here. What? You don't get Yoshi here? I swore. Guess it's here.
Ah, my fellow companion Yoshi.
Oh my gosh, look at this level, bro. I can't even look at this. And I hear all my family talking in the background. All right, I gotta skip this scene. It's splashing too much. Oh my goodness. Dang.
Alright, guys. First, we're gonna start off. We're gonna finish up this world, actually. I know you're staying on this world. These are our items and everything. Well, alright. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and comment how you thought the video was. And don't forget to tell your friends about my channel and everything. don't forget to check out my Kid Icarus walkthrough and my Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance walkthrough. All right, have a good day, guys. Peace out.
I never remembered stuttering that much. Like I wasn't like never like really somebody who stuttered like that. So to see I did is crazy to me. I didn't remember stuttering like that. I didn't remember stuttering like that at all. Oh man, doing Pokemon. Did I ever actually beat New Super Mario Bros. Wii? 500th view. I got 500 views on my channel. Let's go. It's acting up. Okay, there we go. This fun fact, this gamer triad little YouTube group we made with some couple friends I made on YouTube. Literally one of the members of that was just in the stream the other day. That's crazy. And that's crazy. That was like 11 years ago. Man, I had to have finished New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I did. Part 3, the finale. I played that much of Kid Icarus Uprising? I didn't realize it. Oh, you know, I only did Medusa's part. I bet you I didn't do the Hades stuff. So I was uploading these Chain of Memories videos like daily. Set them to upload while I go to work, go to school. Oh man, the buzzing in the USB headset. All right, I gotta end the stream here, bro. We've cringed enough at myself, but I think most of us can agree that we've come a long way since then. I think I'm a lot more confident while actually playing a game, and I have a greater understanding of how the game works. And I'm actually confident enough to play games I've never played before. So yeah, I think we've come a long way in that time. It is very, very neat to see like I'm now kind of at least somewhat back to what I used to do, playing through games on YouTube. That feels kind of nice. I haven't really looked at WoW PvP, but I plan to check it out at some point. But I do have to go. It's about 5 p.m. and I only have a couple hours left until the Skyrim stream. So I'm actually going to end things off here. If you want to stay and want to be notified for the next stream, just stay here on the stream. As soon as I end it, it'll send you over to the tonight stream. That way you can make sure you stay and turn on notifications to be notified for it. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for the kind words, all the nice stuff. Thanks for watching the WoW stuff with me. I'll try to have that video uploaded as soon as I can. I will probably do 1 or 2 Skyrims before it just to get those out. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce. Remember everyone to play some games, have some fun, enjoy your day today. I will see you guys tonight. Again, don't go anywhere. It'll send you to the next stream. See you later for Skyrim. Yes, I will see you soon. No, I'm sorry, Minnie. Again, I will be live tonight. If you stay on the stream, it'll send you to tonight's stream. That way you can be notified for it. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Goodbye.